Hello to everybody out there in the Snortex. I am running a few minutes behind, but let's just go ahead and jump right into it. A lot of, things to cover and really only a small amount of time to do it in because the guy will more than likely be live in about an hour. I will keep checking with Raw Phil and see, what's going on when the guy decides to join us and totally juked me yesterday. Said he wasn't going to stream. I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll save everything. And then he did. But, he can't stay away from the money. But let's go all the way back to Sunday. We got to talk about it. The drunken, crying, coping, I don't know, whatever the fuck this was, but we have a wonderful Snort Hogan clip, so let's just get into it. Plus, I'm not quite done with everything yet, so here, watch this.
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Snort, snort, snort,
Hogan. Drip.
snort, snort.
I got the drip. Go.
So now, I have an honest question, and I'd like an answer. I'm curious. Can anyone answer me this? I honestly don't know if anyone can answer me this. Wait, 106? I can't even see anymore. I drank so much. I ate so much. I'm so tired. I can't. Are we at 106? Are we at 107 now? I think we're at 107. Hey, let's say 107. I can't even see.
Something happened to baby boy on his birthday where something just sucked the wind out of his sails after about, I don't know, 3 or 4 shots. He got real lethargic, real sleepy. Then, of course, he ran off for half an hour to go get something to eat, and so on and so forth. But this is this weird little, I don't know if he's always a weepy drunk. That's another thing. I have a whole new video series I'm working on, and I want to call it Solved Mysteries instead of Unsolved Mysteries, where I want to get into some of these things about, like, is he a weepy drunk? I digress. We'll get there when we get there. But he starts going, why? I'm not doing anything different. I'm not doing anything, special. Wow, you like me. You really like me. And this goes to show that not only does he, of course, really truthfully love the money, obviously, but how deeply it is tied to his self-esteem. And the more that he gets, it means the more people like him and the more gooder that he is. Miles, thank you for re-upping your membership. Drink, drunk DSP. Again, I appreciate you, honey. Thank you.
All right. So, here's my honest question to everybody. As I concluded out, what are you kidding me? Another $100 super chat? Ugh. Okay. I'm going to try to stay conscious.
I've never seen somebody so happy to get money and then so miserable to get money. Like, oh my God, not more. And I guess supposedly he took 7 shots, but cleared $2,000. So let's add on those 3 or 4 that he owes from the FNAF marathon to the 14 or 15 that he owes. He owes these people like 20 shots. He owes these people like 2 or 3 real good stomach pumps in the ER.
And end the stream. Just like last time, a month ago. Okay? Honest question, and I want an answer. And I better get a goddamn answer. What is going on? All right? Why am I getting so much support recently? What has happened? Because here's
Why have you been getting so much support recently? Because you've been begging for it like an absolute crackhead, especially since the beginning of this month with your April Fool's stunt that nobody fucking thought was funny, where you were asking for $1,800 to take your shirt off. I mean, it's the beginning of the month. All the dents got their checks. Like, what in the fuck?
the thing. For many years, I struggled. For many years, I tried my best to make content that people cared about, that people would support. And I did get support, but I struggled regardless, right? I did. And then all of a sudden, last year, I made an active choice to cross over with Kino Casino. I made the choice, not them. I did.
Nobody said that they did. We know you couldn't get over there fast enough to shit on Rich. Yeah, we know.
I stuck my foot out. I was the one who activated it, and it worked.
Why on earth would they reach out to you? Nobody is fucking reaching out to you to work with you except for other lolcows.
Okay? It worked. And a lot of viewers started watching me out of nowhere, and it was their viewers. But then I knew it was limited to
Right? That 5-second live stream where I was like, fuck, I'm not in the right spot. I hope everyone enjoyed that. I totally didn't delete it or anything because I felt like an absolute tard. But for anyone who saw the whole 5 seconds the other day where I fucked up, thumbs up. It was pretty funny. I'm often that stupid, so don't be surprised.
time. I knew it wouldn't last. I knew that they were going to try to get me into the realm of drama. I knew this was coming. So I stopped it, and I knew it was coming. I knew, Phil, you did it. You got the short-term support. It's going to end. At least you had a means.
When does he ever look at anything in the short term? Every time something works, he milks it to death and then attempts to go just a little bit more. How desperate after the vest streak ended was he to find something else that worked? He's always desperate. Look what happens even with these goals now. He tried to do another streak and it kept failing, so he took away every conceivable way it could fail. Oh, well, DS Politics, that doesn't count because I don't really do it over on, DSP Gaming, and well, this doesn't count and that doesn't count. He's desperate for things to continue working. This man has everything that works, he wants it to work forever and doesn't understand when it doesn't.
To an end, which I did. Look at my background. Look at my setup. Look at everything. This is a result of me.
So you used them to score like 40K to spend 10 of it on like some jank ass computers from Amazon? I mean, it's a weird flex, but I mean, okay.
Going outside of my comfort zone, right? And trying something different and knowing that I was kind of making a deal with the devil, which is exactly what I did. And then I stepped out of it when I felt that was the time to do it, right? And a lot of people gave me so much shit during that time period saying you did the wrong thing, you messed up, okay?
Well, you messed up in the first place when you reached out to them because you couldn't wait to shit on Review Tech and you were acting like you were going to be this drama person now. So honestly, doing the whole thing in the first place was really your first mistake.
And I knew that people were going to hate me for it, but I tried to tell people, no, understand, I'm doing the right thing. And then
he just gets all in his fucking emotions right here. I feel like he should be laying on the Chase Lounge and we should be over in a chair with our pen and paper going, and how does that make you feel? How does that, does that bother you? What emotions are you feeling right now?
Once I stepped out of it a few weeks ago, I was very nervous.
Yeah, then you started begging like a crackhead, and only Iced Cuck felt pity for you. Okay, what's next? He's been bailing you out for months. A couple of years ago, I think it was during the summertime of 2013, OIC would go in his chat and drop he would get him to the goal. He was like, oh, the streak is back, because he hit the goal 12 streams in a row, and it was only because of OIC. OIC's been doing this for a hot fucking minute.
Thought, no exaggeration, that was it. That I was going to go right back to where I was. That everything that I had done, everything that I built, the whole, Phil's taking chances, Phil's trying new things. It didn't matter. That I was going to go back to the old thing, just cower back to my old content or whatever. But that's not what's happened. What's happened is people are still here. They're still watching. They're still supporting. Yes, as you saw with Ethan Ralph coming on my content, I'm still trying new stuff. And for the record,
bad stuff, dude. Bad stuff. Really, really bad stuff.
There's more stuff coming. I'm not even lying. There's more stuff coming. You want to see some stuff this week? Do not miss Smart Guys. That's all I'm going to say. With no spoilers. Do not miss Smart Guys this week. This is something that I never would have done before, but it's time. We're trying new stuff, right? Do not miss Smart Guys this week. My third and final guest co-host before WrestleMania, right? And more. All right. But
So since he got popped by Keno and presumably other people, but I only know because Keno said it, since Mersh and Beardson basically got outed and he pulled, what was the ball licker's name from last week? I don't fucking care. So who's he going to get now for week 3? And should I stream it out of curiosity? Maybe I'll stream Thursday night, see who he brings on, and then if he sucks, we'll just hang out together and watch something else or do something else. Maybe we'll see how that goes. Because I have to admit, his narcissism has got me quite curious.
I don't get it because I don't feel like I've really changed down here. I do feel like I gave it a shot. And I know that people liked the drama, Phil, but then we're like, oh, you didn't go too far into it. Oh, you snaked the casino or they snaked you. Who cares, right? I don't get it. I don't understand this level of support that I'm getting. It has now been 4 straight months, and I cut ties with the casino a month ago. It's still continuing. You know, I wasn't even doing anything with the casino this year besides Smart Guys. It's still...
They didn't want to do anything else with you. Medusa Jr., thank you for the 2. Sup, Ma, why is Medusa so toxic? I don't know if this is a riddle. If it is, I don't know the answer. Support toxic. I appreciate you, honey.
Continuing.
Thank you.
So it actually is blowing my mind. Like,
It's hard to watch him tell everyone he's successful every 10 minutes. Yeah, this is rough. But he's like, he really gets deep in his feelings here.
I don't know what to say,
JDX, what's happening? Honey? How you doing?
but thank you. I'm lost. My mind is boggled. I don't... I'm very... Like,
I don't understand this level of support I'm getting. Trust me, Dave, neither do we. I mean, I do, because there's always going to be a couple of dents that he can manipulate. He just so happened to have found, like, the whalest of the whales, you know? Hello, Miss Toxic. How did you start roasting the lol cow? You mean Phil? I've only been doing it since, like, December. I used to watch all the other restreamers. And I was like, what the fuck? I'll give this a whirl. I don't know. I don't really know what made me want to do it.
when I first started doing work with the casino, everyone was like, oh, how do you feel about your newfound popularity? And I was like, wow, this is great. This is amazing. Thank you. Now here we are. I'm not with the casino. I just did a marathon. Look at how much I just made just for being me.
Look, you guys, look how much money I have. This is literally look at me. Look how great you think I am. Like, it must be sad. Look at this is the face of a happy man right here, by the way. This is the face of a super happy, super fun, super positive guy.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't really think anybody does. I don't know if we have those kind of special gifts that you need to have to make this make sense.
Do you like me? I haven't changed.
Oh, trust me, we know. In fact, it's probably gotten worse. We know. That's all I can think about is you like me. You really, really like me. But the weird thing about it and the sad thing about it is he can't figure out why, which is really telling when it goes to show like his self-esteem and his self-worth. Of course, he had a blowout because it was his birthday. So again, I guess he forgets that most people tend to be, generous to someone, when it's their birthday. This is usually like his best day of the year, like this and Christmas. Again, times of the year when people typically feel generous towards other folks. So there's that to a certain degree as well, on top of all the begging, but he doesn't understand why people like him. I'm sure if any of us think about, well, why do we have friends and, things like that in our life and, people who like us? Well, I'm smart, I'm funny, I'm kind, I'm this, I'm that. We can kind of think of some of those things. The dude's got nothing. He cannot figure it out.
I'm baffled, absolutely baffled. But I guess I'm baffled in a good way. I'd rather be confused because you guys are supporting me. Just like last summer, I was confused.
I'm not going to question it. Even though I know I suck and I don't understand where this generosity is coming from, I'm going to do the smart thing and just not question it and collect my money and waddle away. Which is exactly what he should be doing. It's almost like if someone makes a mistake on your paycheck and you get paid like double, even though you know you're worth double, but you don't fucking get paid that, but they fuck up and you get it and you're like, what the fuck? I don't, why did I get this much? And you're like, quiet, you fool. Just fold over the check, put it in your pocket, and go to the bank. Like, that's exactly what this asshole should do.
And I'm still confused. Then be baffled why I feel like I'm doing the right thing and you guys aren't supporting me. I'd rather be baffled why you are, because I don't think I've changed.
So you're not baffled when you don't get support. See, you gotta love when people get fucked up and they just start spilling it. Because you can psychologically, as well as just logically, you can read between the lines and you can break apart some of this code. Instead of being confused why you're not supporting, I guess I'd rather be confused as to why you are. In other words, he isn't confused. And he has said many times that you could see the texts that he was, sending back and forth with PPP. I know I was boring. I know I was boring. You can watch this fool fucking fall asleep while he's playing video games. He just about fell asleep on his birthday stream. He knows he's boring and he knows he sucks.
You want to know the truth? Back in the day.
Oh God, we get a drunken back in the day here.
When I started on YouTube, when I was just a nobody. And I was making content.
When you were, bro, you're still a nobody. Really, in the big scheme of things, this is a very, very small niche.
Yelling at a camera, at the TV, and it looked like shit. And I was just being dumb. And I was swearing, and I was making...
You're still being dumb, and you still swear.
Sexual jokes or whatever. I don't think I made good content then either. I was like, why are people watching this? I don't get it.
Because there really wasn't anybody else to watch until there was. Like AVGN and Nostalgia Critic and some other folks. And then you found yourself right up there at the peak, the tippy top of Mount Irrelevancy. And you've pretty much been there ever since.
I don't understand, but they like it.
There's rumors he might have wings on Smart Guys. Oh.
So I'm going to keep going. And I did.
From one criminal to another, I guess we're just doing, hey, I'm down.
It baffles my mind. 17 years ago, 10 years ago, last summer, today, it's all the same to me. I'm lost. But at the same time,
God, he goes even fucking slower. Mercy.
I'm happy.
I have other shit to get to. Bear with me. I really want to do the whole thing, but I do not have the time. And the number one thing, we got to get to the cry. I'm sorry. We got to get to the cry. You like me. You really like me.
An amazing dinner and a delicious dessert. I love it. I love everything she cooked today. I hope that she knows that. And I hope that she will, maybe, someday understand how good of a cook she is and try for that. I don't know if she ever will, but
except for when she makes something shitty and they have to order Taco Bell, or when she makes him a cake that just fucking makes him shit his pants.
She does. Okay. Oh my God. Oh. Kudo with a $5 super chat. People are noticing a lot of the hate and mockery you get is unwarranted. You made mistakes, but you've owned up to them.
Yeah, the hate's so unwarranted.
I just wanted to have fun with you guys.
Okay, we're going to skip some of this dentedness, the dented celebration.
I'm done. I can't drink anymore tonight. I had too much. But we are at how much? This by far is the most successful stream I've ever done. Besides the stream that I did with Kino Casino and ages ago, the stream that I did, we had over $2,000 tip, right? And I said, tonight, this is it. This is if we hit $3,500 of support, I would shave my beard. I don't know if anyone's here for that. That was hours ago. Now is the time, the last chance, because I got to get the fuck out of here. I'm tired. I will do it right now. And this
asks you not to give him any more money, but then, hey, by the way.
Would be the most momentous, epic stream I've ever done. The most support ever gotten ever in the history of DSP Gaming, in the history of Darkside Phil. This would be the most successful stream I've ever done. You're gifting $100 freaking super chats out of nowhere. We had It's a Me Ken gifting 100 sub bombs on King.
So what?
Now would be the time. If we don't hit it tonight, it's all good. I'm not asking for it. I'm just saying, I don't know what the hell's going on. I was ready to go. I was saying goodnight. And now all of a sudden, here we go again with this nonsense, right? We're at what, $1,800 of crazy support? What is happening? I don't know. But now would be the time to hit it. If we're ever going to hit it, now would be the time. If not, I want to never mention it again. I was joking earlier, and now what is going on? I don't understand. I was joking earlier in the week, right? And then all of a sudden, boom, we had $1,000 the next day. I was like, what? What is happening? So now let's do it. If we're going to ever do it right now. Okay. I received a $2 tip.
Great. Cool.
Shout out to your wife. I don't think she gets enough credit for helping you behind the scenes. She does not. For food and dealing with disrespectful trolls, you're absolutely right on that regard. She's a keeper. I hope God continues to bless her. Me too.
This is what gets him choked up for some reason. I don't know why. Is this some kind of prelude? Does this get him in his feels about the marriage not going well? Does he realize what a piece of shit he is and he doesn't deserve a partner who even does half of what she does, and that's if she does nothing? I don't know what fucking hits him so deep right here in the feels, but boy, oh boy.
You as well. Happy birthday. Can I get a ding dong die for the road? There you go. Ding dong die. You got it. You got your ding dong die. My wife is an angel. My wife is my saving grace. My wife is the reason why I'm so happy.
He just loses it right here. My wife is the reason why I'm so happy. He's so happy, you guys. Like, look how fucking happy he is. Yeah, she's an angel when she's not yelling at him that he's so fucking stupid for doing the Truth Seekers interview or all the other shit that you know she's probably yelled at him about. Probably scolds him like he's a child.
And now, of course, I'm getting emotional, but...
You've been emotional. You've been emotional for 20 minutes, but I skipped it. Your emotions are actually boring.
Did you see how angry I was? Before I met...
You mean like just a year ago? Last January. January of 24. Give me your mailing address. I'm going to mail you a spoon so you can eat shit out of my ass. Oh, and by the way, lick my balls and all that other stuff that you said. January of 24, by the way. Kat was totally in the picture, you know, a fucking year ago. But you're not angry anymore. You let all that shit just roll right off your back.
Kat, you saw how angry I was, right?
Look at him, just about to blubber. So he gets up and goes and gets some fucking tissues for his issues here. I guess that moonshine just fucking wrecked him.
Kat is the reason why I'm not angry anymore. Because I'm happy. Everything before her was another life. And everything since I met her has been the best life. And I wish that for all of you.
He just gets fucking weird right here. I wish all of you could be so happy. What is wrong with you? Is this a fun birthday? Is this a fun birthday?
I really do. That's why I think that so many people out there are so much.
I only hope on my 43rd birthday, I can just get fucked up, just straight toe up, and just start crying and melting down.
Are in pain and are hateful and hate others and think it's okay to step on others. I gotta step on others to get ahead. I gotta hurt others to get ahead.
You mean like just how you ran over to Keno to shit on Rich and stepped on him? Regardless of how you feel about Rich, you went over there to shit on him so that you could further yourself. Remember like 8 or 9 months ago? But you're totally different now.
Because you're not happy. Because if you were happy, you
What self-respecting woman cooks that meal? He might have wanted it.
wouldn't want to crush it.
He's a baby about food and he's got a food fetish. I'm almost thinking that perhaps he requested it. I don't know.
Others. You would need to crush others because you would be okay. There's so many people out there who are hurting and no one gets it. Once you get it, you don't need to do that anymore. You don't need to be upset about every little idiot who says something about you, every little moron.
Sitting up in a bedroom in your house, alone, drunk, crying by yourself, one turkey burger deep. I don't know. This just sounds sad to me. I'm not a partier. I'm not much of a social butterfly. I'm a fairly reclusive individual, but that's just me, and that's always been me. I don't have like a huge like social circle, and I don't want one. But it's just like, this is just like a certain level of pathetic. I don't know. There's just something about this that just really...
Ron, who pokes at you. You know, you don't need to hyper focus on the negative. You can just be positive about the good things in your life. And people don't get it. They don't.
People
Because they
don't
don't
get
have
what?
that. And I feel bad,
Oh.
but I can't make you understand that until you have it. So I wish that upon all of you. Because my life is so much better because of my wife.
Is he coping? What is this? I have no idea like what this fucking like display is, what this spectacle is. VLX, thank you for the 2. That looks like an I give up on my marriage meal. Yeah, that just looks like a low effort city, but okay.
And I feel bad that so many people don't have that.
What, someone to cook for you and clean? Oh, there you go. Look at that 1,000-yard stare. That's a good one. Let me just grab that. Phew, this is rough, man.
And they just stand there and they're so upset about everything.
You're the one so upset about everything. You're the one with like major anger
little
issues,
fucking
bro.
thing. Who cares? Who cares that Ethan Ralph lives in a shack in Mexico? Who cares about
I don't think anyone cares that he lives in a shack in Mexico. I think we care about why he's there and what he did. But what's going on, Victoria? How you doing, honey? Good to see you.
Cog who doesn't have a
What, a
toilet that
tool?
flushes? Right?
Nice use of tool. A couple other people have said that. Let's bring tool back. No one
Right.
uses that enough.
Who cares about this guy that said this or this guy that said that? Who cares about this guy that makes crap content? Who gives a fuck about any of it?
How did we start getting onto Ethan Ralph? Like, how did we get here?
Why would you care? Don't you have something better to do? Don't you?
It only hurts your reputation, dude. Not ours. So if you don't think that affected you negatively, then, I mean, okay.
Have something you actually like? Because you know you don't like that. So why would that be what you're doing with your life? I don't get it. I don't understand it. You don't have to, I understand, you don't have to like what I'm saying. You have to say, I get it.
I don't understand what you're saying. You're just saying a big fucking bunch of nothing. You're like, thank God I have Kat here to be my mommy, and who cares about Ethan Ralph? Like, what?
Why would I focus on that? What is wrong with me?
Ethan Ralph was like almost like 3 fucking weeks ago at this point.
And I'm happy now. I don't need to anymore, ever again. I don't have to listen to any of this nonsense from the drama sector, whatever it's called. I can just be me.
And here you are still coping, still giving us all this juicy, delicious content.
Today I played games. I ate food for my wife. I made it insane.
You played a game. You didn't play games. You played a game. You juked everybody. You took so long building the fucking Minecraft fucking Lego thing that you didn't even play Minecraft, which, as we suspected, excuse me, because he didn't want to play it anyway.
An amount of money. Why would I be sad?
You're the one crying. I don't know. Why are you sad? Anyway, he begs and then takes the begs back and begs and doesn't take the begs back. As much as I want to linger on this,
Save the pig.
we have to go
And
over
I'm happy
to
now. I don't need to anymore. Ever again.
Snort Burnell.
Save the pig.
And of course, we have to talk about yesterday. Mr. I'm not going to stream and then suddenly shows up at 2:00 because, I don't know, the Advil and the food must have kicked in or something. But of course, we had to do taco time. I have a taco time clip. I don't know whether or not we're going to play it. It was really fucking boring. Medusa, thanks for the 2, honey. Sing all by myself, please come on. Nobody wants to hear me sing anything, but I do appreciate your super chat, though.
What the heck? A pig with a party hat. Hello, Mr. Piggy. The Ziggy Piggy. Save the pig, the game. The whole game you're trying to save the pig's life. Help! Oh boy, it was a good one.
After announcing there wouldn't be a first stream, the bipolar alcoholic bitch ran to stream since he has no life or anything interesting to do other than being locked in his office begging for money. Yeah, I don't know. So between 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. his time, he must have, like I say, figured it out. But yeah, something, because we know after he bailed out on his birthday, he kept drinking. Nothing like a little hair of the dog.
Essentially what happened was I partied a little too hard, as they say. You guys supported me so much yesterday, and you kept having me drink that crazy strong moonshine that, ouch. it hit me really hard. The guy's a fucking alcoholic or something.
He thought the surprise stream was going to break the internet like he was Beyonce.
Won't stop guzzling. You just take the sip and move on, you fucking buffoon.
I sat up in bed and I said, "Oh, okay, honey." And as soon as I sat up, my head, it was like, whoom.
Yeah, it's called a hangover. Pigroach pretends to be drunk but never is because his alcohol tolerance is very high. The guy can drink acid as if it were water. I don't necessarily, he seemed pretty fucked up. I wouldn't say he was like, pissing his pants drunk or anything, but dude was in his feelings on his birthday. And to actually break down and cry, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. But I do believe the alcohol tolerance is high. And I believe that he says that he's drunk and he's buzzed, and he's not. Because he's just as shitty as he normally is. But
so nice to me. I even said, I didn't know what was going to happen with all the drama recently and all of that. There was a big chance I felt that there was going to be a big turnaround in attitude against me and that people were going to turn against me and not like me because I wasn't doing drama content anymore. And instead, it's been the opposite, especially these last couple of weeks have been overwhelmingly over the top levels of support.
I can immediately stir up crocodile.
He thinks everyone is single and that's why they hate him. Well, he does really parade the idea that he is married around. To him, the idea of being married means that you're successful. So if you don't have a partner or a long-term significant other or a spouse or whatever, that means that you're some kind of failure and you're not successful. And that's just not how things work anymore.
Tears on him.
If they ever did, really.
Moment's notice. And every time I've ever cried in a video game playthrough or stream was fake. Everyone knows that. Crocodile tears to try to somehow get sympathy from my audience.
And it made me feel so nice and happy and appreciate it.
He wanted to say loved and then reeled it back in and stuttered and then said appreciated. But he wanted to say it made me feel loved. He stutters.
Appreciate it.
It's
And it made me feel so nice and happy and
he was gonna say it made me feel loved.
Appreciate it. So the funny part is, you could say that there was drunk begging, crying, and excessive belching, and you're probably right in all those regards. But the difference is,
there was crying. You can roll back in your own stream and see that. There was begging.
I made like over $2,000 yesterday while I was doing all of that stuff.
Nothing intelligent to say, and proceeds to use money as a weapon. Typical behavior of rich people who only have this as a weapon to humiliate others. Although in this case, we could debate whether Pigroach is really rich since he needs to beg to eat. Just because you make a lot of money doesn't mean you're rich. That money burns a hole in this motherfucker's pocket, and we know it as well as anybody else. As soon as it comes in, like it's right out. Like the shit is gone.
While you're
Everyone
just sitting
knows
here
it.
with sour grapes actually throwing me more money the next day to try to get like a jab at me. But you paid me to do it. You're just not that smart. So thanks for a $5 super chat.
He's lost. His mind is scrambled. He doesn't have a real intelligent thought up there at this point. When he's doing this shit, he's just money, 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 man.
This is great. Another troll.
Is he a high-functioning alcoholic? I don't think he high-functions when he's drunk or sober. I don't think he particularly does very much. I think Wifey Poo keeps the house fairly clean-ish, cleans up after the animals and takes care of them most of the time. He goes grocery shopping and does like a few like other things, but I think this dude is fairly helpless. I don't think he would be a highly functioning person to begin with.
Over and Kick says, "What, do you think making $2,000 in a day makes you a legend?" I don't know what it makes me, but it certainly makes me, better than you. I'm not the one.
I don't know what it makes me, but it certainly makes me better than you. Let's remember that. An alcoholic addicted to fast food and gotcha games with no savings, in debt, bankrupt, no friends, and his family living on the other side of the country. He's definitely better than any detractor.
And sitting in my chat so upset that I had a good day yesterday that I have to sit there and be all pissy about it. Like, you could be doing anything else with your life right now. You could go be doing productive, positive things, but instead you're sitting here all upset that I had a good day yesterday. So, for the record, your tears are...
I don't know why anybody would be upset. Between the $1,000 that he made on Wednesday and the $2,000 that he made on Sunday, that's $3,000, but it's already gone. He blew 28 and change, almost $2,900 on WWE Champions. And here's the thing, the $2,000 that he made on Sunday, he won't clear the $2,000. After everything takes their cut, and if he's holding out appropriately and it goes to Uncle Sam, he might get $1,100. He can brag and throw it in your face that he's going to get $2,000. You know, all them $100 super chats, YouTube takes 30% of that right off the fucking top. I don't know how much Kick takes. I think it was 3%. So he'll see more of that money to be sure, but he still needs to claim that on his taxes. He still needs to pay tax on that. And YouTube will take, YouTube will take a bigger cut. So 11 or $1,200, maybe a little bit more, but certainly not $2,000. So that 1,000 he got the other day, yeah, he's not going to get the full 1,000 either. So if you think about it, let's just say instead of the 3,000 between Wednesday and Sunday, let's just say that he clears $2,000. Okay, we'll just give him. We'll say he clears $2,000 out of that three. He still spent almost $2,900 on WWE Champions. So if you are one of the people that is upset about him getting the money, remember, the Scopely payment will always be due, the DoorDash bill will always be due, and the Total Wine bill will always be due, amongst all the other things that we don't even know about. How much frivolous shit does he buy on Amazon? All the other DoorDash that we don't know about. How ridiculous are their grocery bills? How much stuff are they buying for the animals? Not that I think the animals should suffer. They should have everything they want and need and more. But, you know, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars are getting just thrown in the fucking garbage.
Very tasty. So, you know, that's what I have here.
I have not seen the new Lechero vid.
Fresh brewed, sad boy hater tears from yesterday being such a good day. And let me tell you,
Oh my God, he's drinking Hulk Hogan's sperm. Now, we didn't hit the $3,500 goal, so I didn't shave my beard. We could have done that and had the record highest stream ever, so you really let me down in that regard.
you see, and that's the thing. So I say that, right? And it's obviously a joke, but the people out there are so dumb who don't like me. They actually think
Anyone can judge for themselves whether it's a joke or not, but to me it sounded like a scolding every time you said it. It sounded like a demand. Since you've already spent more than $3,000 on polls, you obviously want the money back. Exactly. It's not a joke. He can do that fake laugh and but I think everybody in this chat would agree it's not a joke. He is really fixated on this $3,000 or $3,500 or whatever.
think I'm being serious.
The sperm clip doesn't ever get old, I agree.
Like, there was no fucking way yesterday I was going to hit $3,500 of support in one stream. No way was I looking for that or expecting it. But it was a running joke. Oh, I'll shave my beard and we'll do that. But then they actually...
I'll go out on this very, very thin, very dead limb and say that it is a joke. Okay? We know it isn't. But you can't play devil's advocate otherwise. So let's just say it's a ruse, okay? Oh, ha ha ha, 3,500. The thing about it is if it is a joke, you don't have good comedic timing. You don't know. And this is how we know it isn't a joke. But again, we'll say it is. You carry on the joke entirely too fucking long. He did the whole podcast and the whole stream as if he was streaming from Connecticut, to the point where it was almost... I hate to use the word cringy because frankly I'm too fucking old for the word, but it was like painful to see him continue with this shtick and this really bad joke that he thought was so funny. So even if this is a joke, anytime he does try to joke, number one, it really couldn't be less funny. Most people are funniest when they're actually trying not to be, but it drags on for entirely too long.
actually report on it like it's factually, oh yeah, see, he really was going for that. And you say, you're so dumb. I was so grateful for anything that I got. And then I ended up having an insanely great day. Excuse me. These people are just fucking nuts, you know? They only want to believe.
Fake all the gratitude you want. That's not going to stop your begging bubble from bursting. As I said a while ago, it's very possible Pigroach will end up doing this part-time before the end of the year. The other time will be working alongside his beloved soulmate, who could get cancer, you know.
What proves their narrative? They selectively report things, selectively talk about things.
I don't know why, Anonymous. I don't know why he thought the Connecticut thing was so funny. Oh, magically overnight, I moved back to Connecticut. Okay. If I told you guys that I lived in, I don't know, Colorado, and then I stream the next day and I go, coming to you live from sunny Florida. Okay. I'm sorry, color me, who the fuck cares? Like, I don't get
Edit
it.
things to be what they're not. They're just out of their minds. And the fact that anyone actually watches or listens to their crap is so fucking ludicrously stupid. You've got to be one of the biggest dunces on the planet. And sadly, the problem is there's a lot of dunces now. Humanity as a whole is getting dumber and dumber.
And you better hope they stay dumb, because those are the ones putting money in your pocket, sir. You better hope they stay dumb and they stay pignatized, because if they don't, you are hella fucked.
And finding entertainment in garbage stuff that's not real. It's not even real stuff. It's not like, oh, Phil did this horrible thing, let's make fun of him. The horrible thing didn't even happen, right? Oh, Phil was a drunken mess and crying at the end of his stream. No.
Don't say it didn't happen.
I was definitely inebriated, but I was having a great time and I was so grateful for
So wait, are you retconning that you cried? I'm sorry, roll back that beautiful bean footage. What did you just say?
right? Oh, Phil was a drunken mess and crying at the end of his stream. No, I was definitely inebriated, but I was having a great time and I was
So he wasn't a drunken mess. He was having a great time. He was having a really, really great time. I hope you guys have all the happiness that blah.
grateful for everything that had happened. It was tears of
I know that personally, when I'm having a great time, I break down and cry. And I just hug whoever's around me and go, I just hope to God you're as happy as I am.
joy and gratefulness. That's different than he was a blubbering, depressed, drunken mess as they report, but that's how they report it, right?
Phil's blowing his money on DoorDash. Phil's blowing his money on mobile games. Phil's
Right.
blowing his money on gin.
Correct, all three. I mean, ding, ding, ding. It's the trifecta of the payments that are due quite frequently that will never go away.
That's where my money goes every fucking month.
Correct.
That is correct. I do not have a full beard. I have a goatee. It's not patchy. It's just all white. It's literally
It is very patchy and disgusting. And I was literally going to say it's very patchy even before it was up on the screen.
all white. And so you can't really see it that well on camera, as you can see actually over here, which you
Oh, we go to a close up of it, and we're not doing that.
Care
I'm
about
sorry.
any of that shit. In public, I don't pay attention to what most of the people are doing. It's about what myself and my wife are doing. I don't, worry, oh no, someone's gonna recognize me and do something stupid. No, I'm not worried about it at all.
I leave my house every day. I walk through the neighborhood. I go for walks. I check the mail. I say hello to my neighbors. I'm friendly with them. All right.
Oh yeah, apparently he goes for walks. Him and Kat have friends that they see all the time, they talk to all the time, and he goes for walks. He leaves the house every single solitary day. VLX, thank you for the 2, honey. Tears of Cartman in his amusement park for himself, right? He's like on the roller coaster and he's like, I'm so happy. There are tears of joy. The thing about it is the way that lip was quivering and everything, I don't know, I'm sorry. Whatever he was doing on Sunday, that shit was not tears of joy.
What am I hiding from? I'm here because I have to work. I literally work 6 days a week from home. The days that I don't work, I'm out doing stuff.
Indeed.
Every day that I'm not working.
Your 80-year-old body says you do nothing but enjoy your 3 addictions. That's why Soulmate gains so much weight.
I'm out, whether it's going out and running errands, grocery shopping.
He has a food addiction, and when you're in a relationship or even a friendship, you live with somebody and they have some kind of an addiction, it doesn't always cross over to the other person, but a lot of times with food, you'll see if one person's heavy and overweight, typically the other person is not far behind. It doesn't always happen that way. It doesn't always happen, but you can tell by how he is about food. You can tell that that might be where some of Kat's issues are coming from. Some of it, of course, can also be linked to medication. I think a reason why these two are both having, these issues, depression can put weight on you. You get helpless, hopeless. The things you used to love doing that maybe made you more active, you don't love doing anymore. This guy definitely copes and soothes himself with booze and gambling and food. And she might be coping. I'm sorry, you're never going to tell me that they're in some kind of happy, wonderful marriage, or if they are, they're the most awkward 2 people I've ever fucking seen. If you showed me the co-op that they did together and said, these 2 people met 10 minutes ago, I'd fucking believe you.
Appointments, or it's a day out with my wife where we get to spend a nice day out shopping, eating.
He is. Apparently, he's so much healthier than he was 17 years ago. Yep. He thinks that's due to his weight loss, which sometimes weight loss isn't always necessarily a good thing. Not that you should be overweight, but rapid weight loss or, unexplained weight loss can sometimes be indicative of other issues.
Being at a restaurant or something, walking around, just whatever. Whenever I don't have to be here, I'm not here. But I have to be here as much as I am because it's my job and I work a lot, and that's why I can afford this lifestyle. Maybe if you actually worked, you'd have a good lifestyle too. But that's the problem.
I don't think Kat really has a lot of time to take care of herself. I mean, think about it. You got to wash all this asshole's clothes. You got to keep track of his underwear and his socks to make sure they're not shit stained and full of holes, and buy him new clothes and everything he wears on stream. She's bought for him. She does the cooking. She does the cleaning. She probably does the prep work. Who's taking care of all those animals? Well, when she's home, certainly not this fucking guy. How much work is this guy really fucking doing on his day off? How many days a week does he get up and run a vacuum cleaner or dust something or do a sink full of dishes or anything? So she's working part-time, taking care of the fucking zoo they got in their house somewhere. And the other time, it's taking care of this asshole. I've been around enough narcissism to know that these are the laziest, most entitled, most dooless fucking people that God's ever dropped on this planet. He is a full-time and a half fucking job. When is she going to have any time to work on herself? When you go to work, come home, take care of the animals, and then take care of the biggest, stupidest, furriest animal you got, which is this asshole, who can't fucking put his socks on right if you don't fucking tell him how. When does she have time to do any kind of exercise? She can't make what she wants to eat. She's got to cook what this asshole, wants to eat. So she's got to work all day, come home, clean up the house, and fucking cook twice? No, she just eats what he eats. That's usually what happens when you live with someone as overbearing as this douchebag. You just concede. You just concede and give in. Fine, because I don't want to make 2 meals and clean after 2 meals and so on and so forth. Again, I've been around the block long enough to know exactly what fuck rags like this act like behind the scenes. Hell no, he don't know how to do no laundry. This man has underwear with days of the week on it. If you mean to tell me that at 43, your significant other has to go through and underwear check you and go, good Lord, if you wear these one more time, this is a crime. That's pathetic.
You probably sit on your lazy ass watching my streams, crapping on me, when in reality, you're the one that's picking his fucking scab-riddled face, right? Probably smells like ass, like a fucking stinky sock, hasn't showered in a few days, right? Picking your nose, sitting there hating on people, typing on your key, you feel stream sucks, he drank. Dude, do something with your life. And maybe then you won't be jealous of others who are successful.
Oh, God. You couldn't give me money to be jealous of you, sir. I feel sorry for you. First of all, I'm not a man. I don't have a face picking problem. I'm in my 40s. Acne is not something I deal with. I'm going the other way towards the dry skin. Again, I'm 40 and I live way in the north where it's cold 8 fucking months of the year. There's nothing with any kind of oily skin happening. I actually have had a shower today. I've been to the gym today. I've made food today. I've cleaned up my house today. I've worked today. I've done a lot of stuff today. So, I don't know. I don't think you could quite pay me to be jealous of you.
Ever think of that?
What the fuck? Are you fucking serious?
We do need to figure out what kind of a counter we're going to do today. I agree.
You have to. You wouldn't have to sit around being unsuccessful and so upset with yourself that you have to try to degrade.
Yeah, everyone defines. Girl, start over. Maybe I'm stupid. That might be one thing that I've got going against me for sure. Everyone defines success differently. For those who maybe have like mental illnesses or, certain disabilities or something, sometimes to them getting up and being able to make themselves a scrambled egg and get a shower, maybe that is success.
Others and bring them down to feel good. You don't. You could just do good things with your life, then you don't have to bring others down to feel good. Get it? But I mean, that's harder. That's the problem. There's effort, intelligence. There's all these things that are required to do that. And obviously you don't have it. So that's why you sit there picking your nose, smelling like fucking ass.
I wonder what he smells like. I'm curious. I don't know. Medusa, thank you for the 2. He has to take an ID picture. That's the beg. I'm not sure what you mean. He has to take an ID picture.
Ass.
I apologize, but I do appreciate the super chat. I'm just not sure what you mean. And trust me, that's deficiency
like
on my
me,
part.
right? That's like me. I actually work. People will say, Phil's a hypocrite, and Phil doesn't, he's not self-aware. Thank you
He came back like just feisty as ever, but $73 in
for watching.
donations
Thanks for chilling with me.
during the
This is just
daytime.
an impromptu to you guys for chilling. Disgusting beggar.
Guys, ladies and gentlemen, listen up.
A fake $100 tip during, this is now during the nighttime stream. He did the taco time. I had a clip. We're going to skip it, and this one's almost done. Again, we're probably not going to get into everything that I wanted to cover. I should have been here earlier, but Tuesday's a tough day for me to be here too much earlier.
I just received a $100
Pigroach knows in advance the days and streams that OIC Brunel donates money.
tip. I'm glad to see you're still playing Disco Elysium. Thank you for the stream. You are welcome. $100 tipper for Disco Elysium. Wow. So where is my $100 tip animation? There it is. Thank you so very, 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 very much for that incredibly generous contribution.
I had to lie about things because I had to protect my ego. Every time I say something, it ends up being false. Is anyone alive on YouTube chat? Are you guys all
A completely dead stream on both platforms, and he expects us to believe the $100 tip is real.
right over there? You okay?
It's also funny that he never typically gets a wild, crazy super chat. It's always something that he can fake that doesn't pop up on the screen that we can't
Do
see.
you guys need do you need a coffee, or should I get you a pillow or bedtime story or something? You guys are like dead quiet over there.
Well, we didn't all get to sleep till 1:30 in the afternoon like you did, sir.
What is going on?
We don't get to drink ourselves stupid on a random Sunday.
You want to get up and walk around, guys, just to get the blood flowing and stretch my legs a little bit. That is correct, Liam. We are $16 away from hitting our goal for the night. This would be the 4th straight Disco Elysium stream that we would hit our goal. If we do that, it would also get us one closer to the next DSP tries it. It would be great to hit it tonight.
Do all narcissistic people behave this way? No, not necessarily. There are different classifications of narcissism. There's cerebral narcissism. There is overt narcissism, covert. It all is essentially narcissism, but they can have different characteristics. Some are very self-loathing. Some think their shit doesn't stink like this guy. And some have more, of those characteristics than others. So it's just, yeah. Again, it's narcissism. I don't necessarily know if this guy has the full-blown disorder, because narcissism is different than narcissistic personality disorder. Has he actually been diagnosed? Again, I would say no. I don't think he goes to any kind of mental health checks or anything like that. If I had to bet, he would more than likely. If he went to an evaluation and told the truth, he would be more than likely diagnosed, I think. But I didn't finish my PhD,
So, if
don't
you
listen
could,
to me.
please support the stream tonight. Let's hit that goal. Only $16 away in another hour of stream. That's an easy hit for us, right? Okay.
I can't just never mention money and contributions. That means
Narcissism also leads to other personality disorders and even dissociative disorder. Narcissism does run on a spectrum, 100%. We all, have I don't want to say a healthy level of narcissism, but a normal level. There are some days, the number one hallmark of narcissism is a lack of empathy. And there are days where, as great as you might be, you don't have any empathy. Or we're in our own stuff and maybe we're a little rude and we all display some narcissism. And that's normal. That's like human behavior. But he obviously shows that very clear pattern. And that's where the diagnoses of certain things would come in. And they could be, he's obviously suffering from mental illness. There's, obvious anxiety problems. There's obvious depression problems. No one's a hardcore alcoholic because they're loving life. No one is hardcore addicted to drugs, alcohol, gambling, gaming, shopping. They're trying to fill a void. They're trying to do a bunch of, they're trying to make themselves happy most of the time. No one's just like, hey, let me tie on a drinking problem for the fucking lulz.
I will go out of business. The premiere of South of Midnight, game that the only way you've been able to play it is if you basically paid for it.
So if you cut out the fake $100 bullshit, he did like 73, I think, on his like impromptu thing for stream where he ate food, and
Well, let me tell you
then
something,
we'll go
brother.
into another Snort Hogan clip,
Snort,
and then he made
snort,
$50
snort.
for the nighttime. I mean, As expected, after he does a marathon, he makes piss poor money.
Hogan. Drip, snort, snort. I got the drip. Go.
But anyway, so AMS says, why does everyone act like Phil never leaves? He goes out on his one day off when he's...
There could be autism there. Autism is something that I have not studied in any way, shape, or form. My wheelhouse is narcissism. Narcissism and things like bipolar and schizophrenia. There's only some things that I have studied, it in depth. And autism, Asperger's is something that I know next to nothing about.
He's not streaming. When else is he supposed to go out?
There could be a plethora really of different things going on with this guy. And, usually there is, because there's something that's actually, not functioning correctly in different parts of the brain. Then you tie on things like a drinking problem, which adds that deterioration and those problems in your brain. So he's really not doing himself any kind of service by drinking like that.
In the middle of a stream, and if you could make a living doing the same, he makes more than my teacher's salary. I'd love to stay home 6 days a week and double mine. Here, listen. People literally think that I'm a hermit and that I'm so afraid of being out with the people and social. I'm not. I'm not some kind of a weird, misanthrope that hides out in a cave.
Who's teaching him words again?
Dingy cave. I live in a nice, bright house, right? I do. Nicely lit. I have interactions with my neighbors. I have interactions with people when I go out. We have friends that we talk to and spend time with.
Yeah, this is Cope that he's not a weirdo, hermit. I don't honestly think that he stays home because he's scared. I think he stays home because he's lazy, because he drinks a lot. I'm not saying he constantly stumbles around his house in a stupor, but he likes to drink. And thank God that he's really not driving a whole lot. It probably makes him angry that he's got to stay sober long enough to do the grocery shopping before he can come home and get fucked up.
From time to time, I go out every day and I go for a walk with my wife every single day.
I spent 4 years as a teacher's aide in a school that has kids with autism and other issues. Phil absolutely fits that bill. I would agree. I would agree, especially from people who have, years of experience with studying or, real life experience too, is usually a lot of the time, sometimes even better than, being book smarts, you would know. And I've heard that there's, there's some autism there. I mean, think of all the tism jokes that we all have. Who describes their house as nicely lit? I guess that means he looks out the windows.
We go for a nice walk through the neighborhood together. The only thing is these people on the internet want to try to make fun of me and bring me down because they're jealous, because they don't want to believe that someone like me can make the content I make, can do positive stuff, okay, and be successful. To them, it kills them. So they have to say, oh, well, you see, sure, he made a great day yesterday on his birthday, but he's a hermit, and he was drinking all day, and he cried because he was depressed at the end. None of that happened. Yes, I drank. I was grateful at the end, and I was happy, and that's why I was crying, saying, wow, you guys actually like me and my content, and I was nervous you wouldn't after all this stuff, right? So, yeah,
Skyvon, thank you for the re-up, honey. Hey, everyone. Hello to you, and thank you. I appreciate
always
you.
Spin it into some ridiculous, over-the-top way because it's the only way they can justify the levels of obsessive hate that they have for me. In reality, every one of them is a jealous loser.
Okay. I sat around all night on Sunday night, you guys, and I cried. I cried that he made $2,000. I hugged my pillow and had to just rock myself to sleep with some hot cocoa. It was devastating, you guys. I don't think I'll ever be the same again. Moving on.
Thank you to Lance Catamaran, who just gifted a sub over on Kick. And thank you, Lance, for all of the gifted subs yesterday during the birthday marathon. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much, man.
Sir?
Listen, see, here's one of them. Here's one of the people who can't handle reality, so they have to try to spin it in a toxic way. Over on King, you literally...
The guy is live. He appears to be watching an old DSP Tries It. It kind of sounds like he's trying to pull for, of course, to hit another goal. And he seems to really, really, really want Little Caesars. I'm going to finish this video because it's a short one, and then we will hop over to... we'll hop over to Raw Phil and we'll give ourselves some skip juice Because I have a feeling that today is just going to be like hella mega boring. So let's finish this. That is the reason I didn't stream. I'll have to be honest. It wasn't because I heard that he wasn't going to stream, but you guys, I was just so fucking beside myself. I thought, how could I figure out how to sell my soul and have no shame and feel no embarrassment and come on here and say, you guys, please, just, just $100.
Hide in your house 6 days a week. I hide? What are you talking about?
I honestly just think it's because he's lazy, and COVID gave everyone a great excuse to stay home. And this COVID, fucked up a lot of people in this way. They're like, wow, I can get everything like delivered to my door and I barely have to leave. I think a lot of people do that.
I leave my house every day. I walk through the neighborhood. I go for walks. I check the mail. I say hello to my neighbors. I'm friendly with them. All right. What am I hiding from? I'm here because I have to work. I literally work.
Walking around your private gated community is not walking around your neighborhood. I'm sorry. That does not count.
6 days a week from home. The days that I don't work, I'm out doing stuff. Every day that I'm not working, I'm out, whether it's going out and running errands, grocery shopping, appointments, or it's a day out with my wife where we get to spend a nice day out shopping, eating at a restaurant or something, walking around, just whatever. Whenever I don't have to be here, I'm not here.
But you talk about what a chore it is every time you come back from a day off. Oh, we had to do this and we had to go there and we had to do all of this stuff. You talk about what a pain in the ass it is. So when you only talk about leaving, you never tell us about your interactions with your neighbors. Or, man, we were going to go for a walk this morning, but, oh, it was just too cold, or because we know he loves the weather and everything.
I have to be here as much as I am because it's my job and I work a lot, and that's why I can afford this lifestyle. Maybe if you actually worked, you'd have a good lifestyle too. But that's the problem.
But what makes you think that they don't? Whoever said this to you? How do you know what anybody else has in their bank account, or how many hours a week they work, or what kind of luxuries they have? How do you know they don't? Somebody can have the same amount of luxuries as you and still think that you're a piece of shit. It's not just people who are jealous of you.
You probably sit on your lazy ass watching my streams, crapping on me, when in reality, you're the one that's picking his fucking...
Oh, yeah, we've already seen this part. Well, I thought this would be a little bit longer, but that is okay. That is okay. I will grab Raw Phil here, and that sounded very inappropriate. My apologies to Raw Phil. I'll grab the live stream and we'll go from there. I will try to skip as much of the intro cringe as I can. Wow, he was actually here early, so consider me felted. Em, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate you. Let me just get through some of this cringe.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the show and welcome back to some normalcy, because after the podcast being offline for several days, today we're back into a normal schedule. And we've got a good...
Because I wasn't paying attention to Raw Phil, which I usually do, we have way more skip juice than I anticipated. So that's amazing.
Including more updates about the Switch 2 that are bad, if you can believe it. But in addition, we are getting back into the swing of things.
So he's at 9 out of 10. So he's really going to push to get to the one more goal, because he's going to want food today.
Here, and we have had so much support over the last week. It looks like we may actually have DSP Tries It 2 days in a row. I don't think that's ever happened before. So we may have an unprecedented thing happening today. We'll talk a little bit about that. Plus,
so drink all day on Sunday, eat a bunch of food from out on Monday, and eat a bunch of food out on Tuesday. Boy, you're going to be dead by Saturday.
Some updates, because people now really want me to play Minecraft after me not getting to it during my birthday marathon. So we'll talk about that making that happen by the end of the week, and lots of chill vibes. Finally, today we'll be able to just kind of sit back and have a normal day instead of the crazy.
No, Crazy Cat, I will be skipping all of the Switch stuff. I don't recommend going to him for any kind of information
that's been going on so far this week. So get ready for some fun. It's time for the Level 1 podcast.
Didn't want to say fun down on level 1. Could have at least made it rhyme. Skipping the cringe, skipping the cringe.
Alrighty, everyone. Good morning and welcome to the Level 1 podcast for Tuesday, the 8th of April, 2025. As you can see, we already have a special guest. Mr. Jasper Kitty is here in the office to say hello to everyone live on the show. And today we get back on track into a regular schedule of normalcy. We try to figure out exactly what's coming up. Cat here stuck on the mic. We're trying to figure out what is coming up when, because right now everyone's confused, including me, because we had the birthday marathon. And
You're confused about your own schedule? What did you do that was any different?
yesterday we got thrown off and lost a stream. And
We did not get thrown off. You overdid it because you have no self-control, sir. I know, right? Well, say hello to the prop that he got another $2,000 for.
Let's figure all of that out today and get back into
right into the schedule segment. It makes you feel nice and at home, right? Here we are in the schedule segment.
a normal schedule, shall we? But before we even begin with all of that, there's a couple things to talk about. First off, I'm not sure what's going on over on Kick. I've been told in the last 24 to 48 hours that Kick is having issues. That I guess what happened was the Kick app updated. And when the app updated, everyone is upset. People are saying that it's not running properly. People are having a hard time joining. People are having a hard time chatting. I'm not really sure. So I don't know what to say about that. But hopefully it's not a long-standing issue. Usually Kick Chat is popping. Like, people are using emotes and going crazy in there. And I've noticed
Jasper is adorable. He seems very sweet.
in the last couple of days, it slowed down significantly. And when I ask, people are like, yeah, it seems like there are issues with Kick. I don't know what they are, like, or why they're being caused. I haven't changed anything. I even noticed last night Kickbot wasn't working properly. Like, does anyone know, are the commands on Kickbot even working?
Ah, there you go. Pick your ear. Now rub your cat.
I don't
with
know.
That
We were trying to
waxy
use
hand.
commands last night, and the commands weren't working. And I pay the premium Kickbot. Like, I have the premium subscription to Kickbot, so we have commands, and the commands weren't even activating. So it seems like there's just a big problem going on over on Kick. Hopefully, things will get better today. It is what it is. The Kick streaming, I'm sticking with it.
Kickbot is still spamming his novels. Don't worry.
And hopefully, I do have a viewer base.
You better update your shit, sir. The current goal is 100, and it will be an episode of DSP Tries It Taco Time. So you better update your shit.
Over there. It just sucks if there we go. Okay, they are working again. People just tested. I have to fix that. Someone tried the goal command, and the goal command was wrong. I have to fix that because we hit 100 goals during the marathon on Sunday, my birthday marathon.
And it's Tuesday, so get your shit together, sir.
Which means that we unlocked DSP Tries It Taco Time, which we did yesterday on this stream. Okay? So guess what? As of right now, we are at 109 goals hit out of 110, because last night on the Disco Elysium stream, we hit the goal.
It's not 109 out of 110. It's 9 out of 10. He resets it back to 0. So I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. He could possibly still be fucked up from Sunday, which is just so sad.
All right. We are 1 goal away from another reward. And you might say,
Cool.
well, wait, you just did a reward yesterday. Well, yeah, this is weird.
I know, but the retards were out in full force on Sunday, so here the fuck we are.
Obviously, the crazy support I got in the last week, particularly because my birthday stream, did so well. That's why we're going so crazy right now. All right. So it's funny because first off, someone just said in chat, with the way things are going, did you think about maybe stretching out your rewards more or doing different rewards? And listen, I am all ears when it comes to, doing different things. If you guys would like a different reward, I'd like to hear your suggestion.
You never want to hear any other suggestions.
For example, we did the Lego nights last month as a different kind of reward, right? And I think that worked.
That was straight punishment. Whoever gave him money for that, I'm not saying you should give him money to begin with, but do you? Whoever gave him money for those Lego things, you really ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Well, doing a Lego night instead of worrying.
At least when he eats, it's funny because he's like gross and disgusting.
About DSP tries it. We don't always have to do DSP tries it. We can alternate, but then we have to come up with other ideas. And I think what's really happened here was within a 2-week span, all right, my birthday and the
Bertday
100 goals hit happen at the same time. Obviously, we're not going to do 2 marathons. That's not going to work. You know, marathon works because it's something we do like once a month. It's something special. It's usually themed. You guys usually have a part in choosing what we do during these marathons, and then people come out and really support. You're not going to get that much support and that much buy-in and that much engagement if you do a marathon every single day. You know what I mean? So that's why we have to keep them sparing. So we doing constant marathons. That's why we're not doing a second one this week. Obviously,
so didn't give him enough shots for the FNAF stream. Owes him shots for that. Didn't even bother playing some of the games for more than 5 minutes. Running around wasting all kind of time. Owes him 14 shots from the birthday that he did.
Probably the next one will be
didn't even play fucking Minecraft.
150 goals, which I guess.
And now they just got screwed basically out of their 100 marathon.
At this point will be 50 goals because we hit the reset button when we hit 100. So now we're at 9 out of 10, right? So let's see how things go. But the thing is, I really feel like these last 2 weeks, the reason we hit so many goals is because it was my birthday and everything. I think it's going to slow down now. Like after today, I don't foresee hitting 10 goals again for like another week, in which case if we do another DSP tries it in another full week, then it's fine. But I get it. We did one yesterday, and now all of a sudden I might do one today. That's kind of weird, right? Anyway, so
yeah, because he made $2,000 on the birthday stream, and then I think he said he had like 6 or 7 shots. So yeah, he owes quite a few.
Let's talk. We're at 9 out of 10 goals, and today on this stream we're doing something interesting. We're trying a new game called South of Midnight. It's a Microsoft Studios game that we all saw at first several months ago in one of these game events, and it looked interesting, right? The gameplay almost looked like a hybrid platformer action game. It kind of looked like almost Infamous, and the art style and plot looked pretty interesting. Reviews are out and mixed. You might say, well, I don't get it. If the game comes out today, why are all these reviews out? Because they did this stupid thing that I really don't like. What they did is they made it so that if you pay extra, you play the game early. I really don't like that. Oh, I paid like $20 extra, so now I get to play the game on Thursday instead of like Tuesday, but it's a Game Pass game. Well, then why am I going to pay extra? Well,
then don't be mad that the reviews are out already. You didn't want to cough up the money. You wanted to give it to DoorDash and Scopely, so don't be mad.
I've done that before and gotten burned. Remember when we played Starfield and I paid extra for it? What a waste of time that was, right? So
I don't care about what game he's going to play today.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what you're looking up with it on the fly, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be doing something that I have not done in over 12 years. Are you ready?
You may not want to deal with this. He's going to watch a DSP tries it, so you are going to hear him eating. So if that bothers you, again, you might want to hang out and do something else for a while.
So, I'm on the wrong side of the screen. Yes, I am. Because we were playing Disco Elysium, and the camera needs to be in a different spot for that. Let's get to the correct spot. Here we are. So, ladies and gentlemen, what you're looking at right now is my DSP Reacts channel, and we're looking at old videos. I remembered that a very long time ago, I had done meat treat pizza in my local neighborhood.
Yes, get on with it.
DSP tries it.
And back then I was part of Machinima, so that's why I had that Machinima intro that we just skipped.
Hello and welcome everyone. DSP here and welcome.
Remember to the old school content I used to do? Holy crap. So this is my old
Grandpa gets to reflect on his glory days when he had money to burn.
place in Connecticut, my condo. I had the table that would fold up and elevate in front of me, and I would usually eat all my meals right there on that table. And as you can see, there's the Stein that I just had last week. Remember, I did my April Fool's joke a week ago?
Yeah, it
Episode
was
of DSP
really great.
Tries
Can
It.
we get to you eating now?
Today we're going to try out something that I admittedly have been intrigued by for several months. Now, Little Caesars used to be one of these, fast food chain pizzerias from back in like the 1980s, okay?
Colleen,
I
I'm
remember
so
all the
sorry,
ads
honey.
on TV, the pizza, and then they like disappeared, and then
We're
they
gonna get through it
reopened
together.
later. So that's what I was trying. Like, is this any good all these years later? Okay, so here it is. I'm just curious. I want to see what it was because again, this was 12 years ago in Connecticut. Was it any good?
Yeah, we
So
get
that's
it,
not
Grandpa.
bad, to be
Get on
honest.
with it.
Now, the big reveal. So this is what Little Caesars pizza looks like now. And it is hot, it's warm.
So to be honest, taking a look at this now, it actually doesn't look that bad. Like, by today's 2025 standards, this pizza doesn't look that bad. Back then, I remember saying, it's not very good. But actually, looking at it now,
I may need a hug. You and me both.
compared to how bad food has become in the last 12 years, I don't actually think this looks so bad. So here we go.
As you can see, the cheese is melted.
Keep in mind,
Why wouldn't the cheese be melted? You know it goes in an oven, right? What do you mean the cheese is melted? As opposed to those pizzas that you get where the cheese is just raw, not raw, but like not melted on top.
this is the 3-meat treat pizza. So this is what? Pepperoni, sausage, and I think meatball. So it's
Get on with it.
So I went there and I spent what, like less than $10?
You don't know what you spent. You don't know what you did 3 days
Basically,
ago.
Little Caesars pizza.
Taste any sauce. Do this immediately. Take a look. Definitely about to find out, okay? The piece of pizza is out. As you can see, it is a thinner crust, but it is a little bit on the doughy side. All I can tell you this immediately, take a look at the plate. A big smear of grease. And look at the box.
Just in case you didn't know that the pizza's greasy. Just in case you guys don't know.
Oh man, that means my table here is going to be completely covered in grease when I'm done here.
Oh no.
So the pizza is very greasy. Flavor-wise, I can definitely taste the cheese. I can taste the meats. I don't really taste any sauce. Take a look at it.
Yeah, they're like melon.
There is sauce in there. I see it. Let me take another bite.
The point of this is he wants Little Caesars. He wants them to hurry up and hit a goal today on the podcast, preferably, so that he can do another DSP Tries It, because now he wants pizza. And I think that's why he's watching this, because people keep talking to him about Little Caesars.
It's like people were saying in chat here, basically Little Caesars pizza is kind of like a frozen pizza. That's why they call it hot and ready, because basically that's all it is. They're not making it fresh. They're just, tossing them in the oven all day or whatever, and then they just whatever toppings you want.
But you're stupid if you don't understand that that's the idea. Yeah, again, if the smacking and the sounds bother you, you might want to mute or go do something else for a few minutes.
Very basic, right? Like nothing special. And I think that's what I said back then too. Here, let's go to the end and see how I reviewed it.
Okay, if anywhere from $5 to $8 for a pizza, but the quality.
Look at those fucking remote controls. Jesus Christ. Why are there 4? And why do they all have 12,000 buttons on them? Jesus Christ.
Quality obviously suffers because you have a pizza that's already pre-made. So the greasiness, the quality, obviously, are detriment. I'm going to give Little Caesars hot and ready pizzas
What, a 2?
A 2.5 out of 5.
There we go.
Oh, I only gave it a 50%. Wow, I knew I remembered I didn't really like it. I thought I didn't really like it at all.
You don't like anything. Someone please tell me one thing that he really liked.
So that was no exaggeration. That was over 12 years ago that I last had Little Caesars pizza. Now, a lot has changed in 12 years. Now, they have all completely new pizzas. They have a pretzel crust, which I've never tried before. They have a deep dish Detroit style that I've never tried before. They have their crazy bread. I didn't have that. All I had back then.
But really, the thing about it is he kind of screwed himself by watching that. Now we've seen him eat pizza. We don't need to see him eat pizza again. And he didn't even tell people, hey, go check out the video. He might have gotten a few views if he like showed like maybe the page with the video on it and then said, hey, go check out the video.
And was that?
But no, he just showed the video. So we got what we wanted, I guess, if we want to watch him eat.
3-meat treat pizza. All right. So, yeah. So today on this stream, if we hit the goal, which would be 10 goals, we're doing a milestone, and I'll be doing DSP Tries It, Little Caesars Pizza for the first time in over 12 years. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to order.
Yep, that's what he wants. And he's going to say that he thinks that it's shitty. I don't know what he's going to, think is any different. King Be Cruel, big ups, honey. How you doing?
Easy bread, the pretzel crust, and a deep dish Detroit style. So I'm going to be trying 3 of their different products here live on the stream. Okay? So that'll be interesting. Now, after that, things will get back to normal. And likely it's going to be at least a week before we hit another goal. And now we'll have time to plan out what the next goal should be. Like, I wonder, what do you guys think? At this point, we've done a ridiculous amount of DSP Tries It. In a week, we did the McDonald's Minecraft meals. We did Taco Time. And we're about to do Little Caesars. I think we should kind of lay off on DSP Tries It. But then what kind of a reward would you want when we hit the next goal milestone, right? I don't know.
Don't act like you won't be ready to shove more fast food in your face in like 5 or 6 days or whatever.
Well, there you go. Tubbs Reborn says Popeyes has
Tubbs Reborn? What the fuck?
a brand new pickle menu. They have fried pickles. They have sandwiches with a pickle sauce. And they even have, if you can believe it, a pickle lemonade.
I'm sorry. I don't want to roll back, but I might be able to grab a good thumbnail here. If not, I'll go back later. But
Minecraft.
Bear with my tism. I'm sorry.
Meals. We did Taco Time, and we're about to do Little Caesars. I think we should kind of lay off on GSP Tries It. But then what kind of a reward would you want when we hit the next goal milestone, right?
He wants it today. Otherwise, he shouldn't have. He wouldn't have fucking shown that video and everything.
Well, there you go. Tubbs Reborn says Popeyes has a brand new pickle menu. They have fried pickles. They have sandwiches with a pickle sauce. And they even have, if you can believe it, a pickle.
There's a good one. So, number 1.
Lemonade.
Oh, yeah. There's our money shot. Oh, yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Oh, there you go. Pick your... Oh, nah, that's pretty...
I mean, it sounds interesting, and I did go to the Popeyes website.
Thank you, sir. It was totally worth it. I have at least like 3 different thumbnails I can use. Thank you for just giving that completely retarded
website
face.
To show you. Here it is. Okay. Get 2 chicken sandwiches with a side of fried pickles for $12. Order now. I'm sure it's not on the app, but, and by the way, look, pickle glaze on the chicken. Pickle glaze. Ugh. So that's something I think that we should do in the future. I don't think necessarily we should do that next. Yeah.
Why? Because you don't want to do it?
Legos? well, I mean, the thing is, I already was kind of planning to do a Lego night soon because we have the Piranha Plant Lego now for Mario, but we just did the Minecraft Lego for my birthday. So I was like, let's hold off. Let's not do Legos this week, maybe next week. So I kind of already was planning on doing that, right?
Everything can't be next week, bro. We'll wait till next week to do more food. We'll wait till next week. Everything can't be next week. You can barely get your bra and panties on in the morning. We can't do everything next week, sir. Fucking impossible.
Silson Blue Part 2. You guys are itching for me to do another shower video for some bizarre reason.
Nobody wants this. Nobody. In fact, I might actually give you $10 if you'd like put a coat on and a paper bag over your head.
Very weird.
OIC is the only one who wants that for some fucking reason, apparently.
Yes, I played Schedule 1 on my birthday for about an hour and a half. It seems like it's a pretty fun game.
Terribly. Either play it for yourself, it's super fun, or go watch like Sir Moist or something do it. Like, don't watch his gameplay of fucking Schedule 1.
I would like to play it when I'm not doing it during a marathon and I'm not drinking, so I can actually focus on it and try to understand it and like it. Because I feel like it's a game I would like as like a chill stream game. But
He wasn't that fucked up when he was playing it. He was like 3 shots in. Give me a fucking break. I haven't had a drop of booze in like 10 years or something. I could have 3 shots and still play the game. He didn't understand what the fuck to do. It's too complicated for him.
I was kind of like trying to rush through it and I was drinking and I made mistakes and then we ran out of time. And this week, I'll be honest, guys, this week's wild with the amount of stuff I'm trying to cram into this week. Would you like to see the schedule? Because it's pretty crazy. What's up, Captain DCW? How you doing,
X to gout. I bet you it's not crazy.
man? Just take a look at this.
We're so busy that we had time to watch a video from 12 years ago of me eating a pizza. So let's look at this. Oh, Pirate Yakuza. You can scrap that. That's a bunch of garbage. You ruined that game. You'll ruin South of Midnight, but we can see the premiere. Black Ops. Scrap that. Who the fuck cares? Smart Guys. Scrap that. Who the fuck cares? Friday Night Fights. Thought we weren't doing that anymore. Who the fuck cares? Yeah, you can take like all that night shit out.
So today we're doing South of Midnight. We're giving it a shot to see if it's
We're not doing the schedule. You're not that busy. You can cut like all of that shit out, broski.
example. This week, I'm only playing Pirate Yakuza once. I'm only
No one cares.
playing Atom Fall once. How am I supposed
No one cares. You're ruining that game for people.
to make any progress in these games and get through them? And the answer is I'm not going to, right? So, hopefully,
Derek might want the shower video. I'll say this as gingerly as I can on YouTube. I think DSP is a little old for Derek.
we will actually have some progress, but I guess we'll see. All right. But anyway, so with that being the schedule this week, I can't play Blueprints. I can't play Enzo. I can't do all these games you guys are randomly asking for. I've got to just kind of play it by ear. Maybe we'll do some of those games next week. Okay. What I need to do is I need to start making solid progress in the games that are narrative based that I can finish within the next couple of weeks. Like I'd like to finish both Pirate Yakuza and Atom Fall.
Be respectful to one another and the streamer. Do not engage in emote or chat spam to the extent that it derails the chat. Do not promote other streams or mention any other streamers in a way to take attention away from this one. Do not use language or names that is, okay, I'll correct it, that are inflammatory, hurtful, or targeted at harassment. I think it should be like targeted as harassment, but look at this fucking kickbot message straight out of fucking Snort Korea. Do not promote other streams or mention other streamers in a way to take attention away from this one. Also, this bot don't know nothing about punctuation. That shit hurts my soul.
By, say, the time that Clear Obscure comes out at the end of April, and that's in about 2 weeks.
So don't have any fun. Don't use any emotes. Don't do anything fun. Don't talk to anybody else. Certainly don't talk about any other restreamers or detractors that you like, or, you know, any other channels that you watch. Don't have any. You guys, no fun. No fun. I don't want to see that Pepe torch. Put that shit away right now. I don't want to see it.
Weeks. So I really got to focus in on what I'm doing and try to make progress, and playing them only once ain't going to do that. Okay? Okay.
Snort Korea in full effect, man.
Anyway.
That was
so,
crazy.
Folks, today, this stream, let's hit the goal. Let's hit the goal for South of Midnight. Let's see how the game is together. And then when we're done, let's order Little Caesars and do a variety of foods. Like I said, the pretzel crust, the deep dish, Detroit style, and some
I've never gone into anyone's stream in all my years and be told that you can't talk about other people who stream or do YouTube or Twitch or, fucking OnlyFans. Like, you can't talk about anybody else.
crazy bread.
Why
Like, let's do
not?
all of that. All right. I'd be very excited for that variety of stuff. And I hope that you guys will support the stream today, being that I'm covering a new release and everything. It should be a good time. Okay. All right.
Soon, no talking. Just I don't want to see anything in the chat. I don't want to see anything. That's what's going to be next on his stream. I don't want to see anyone chatting. X out of the little window. You don't
Speaking
need
of
to chat.
which, let's start with some shout outs here.
I can't wait till he looks at the chat and just goes, "Shut up, bitches. You're better seen, not heard." And I can't see it anyway.
First contribution of the day is a $2 tip.
Come on, where's Flatman B telling you God bless? From a troll, because he won't read it, so it's something he don't like.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Listen
Oh, here we go. Come on.
to this. Someone tipped $2
Come on, little cow. I'm looking for the milk.
and says, "Happy late birthday. You're at your best right now, interacting, talking, reacting. I wouldn't mind a future you where you drop gaming overall. As you've proven, it's you that matters, not the game." Obviously, this person, I think, is being very facetious. I'm
Holy larper. It was just a little too obvious, though. Also, never mention people who want nothing to do with him. He'll go after.
being honest. Like,
Anything that even remotely touches on like Kino Casino, he just fucking goes off.
I don't think this person is being truthful.
Please, for the love of God, tell me you saw this dude drunk sobbing. Yeah, I went live about an hour and a half ago, and that was the first thing that we watched because I only streamed like the first 5 hours of his birthday fucking dumpster fire garbage. So it was the first clip that we watched today. So I'm sure everyone's seen it by now anyway, between like the clip channels, and the other folks. Optimus, thanks for the 2, honey. $5 minimum to chat, obviously. I really wouldn't be surprised
I think they're trying to be
if he made it where you had to like members only. So you have to get like a $3 or $4 or $5, membership.
sarcastic in what they're
To
saying
talk.
in their tip. But here's the thing. When you say that, okay, I actually feel that today people are more entertained with me just hanging out, being myself, and talking with you guys than playing a bad game. Okay? Back in the day, it used to be
No. You said it wrong. It's not playing a bad game. It's playing a game badly. But that's okay. I'm here to correct you like the snobby, stuck-up little bitch that I am.
different. Back in the day, it used to be Phil covers every game. It doesn't matter if the game's good or bad, Phil covers it. And if it's a good game, we all enjoy it together. It's a great stream. If it's a bad game, well, I make fun of the game and I rip it
If it's a bad game, I wage quit it.
a new asshole and we still enjoy. Today, because there's so many games out and so many people want to see me play different games, I don't have the time to play bad games anymore. Do you see? Every game on the schedule is pretty good. So
I'm not saying that they're bad. It's just you're bad at them. I mean, Black Ops, bro, you got to hang that up. Dude, no, stop it. That would be like me trying to do Black Ops 6. And I was a Black Ops 2 streamer on Twitch like 12 years ago. And I wasn't half bad. That'd be like me trying to play that shit now. Woohoo!
I need to focus in on the games that are working, that people want to see, because me sitting here suffering through a game, no one really gives a shit. People would much rather just hang out with me and do Q&A then and have a chill stream.
Because you're not so fucking, you realize when you don't like the game, you're shitty and you're snotty and you're mean and you're aggressive. If you're not boring and falling asleep, you're whiny and complaining.
Than having me play a shitty game. So things have definitely changed since back in the day. Now I've been around for so long, I think a lot of people just like hanging out and talking with me and getting my opinions on stuff. So here's the second half of the tip. Here's why they're being sarcastic. Are you ready for this? Good luck on your goal. I think you should order a regular pizza because Little Caesars has upped their pizza game. It's now as good as a New York pie. So that's how I know that they were full of shit. But thanks for the $2 regardless.
Wow, why don't you just call them retarded and
Okay.
then thank them for their money?
I received $1.50.
I'm tempted to troll tip him and ask, what is the last game you finished? I won't, but I'm tempted. What is the last game that he finished?
tip from Beaver Bother. I think we need to divert from fast food. You're now having it every stream, and it's not.
He just finished Sweet Hogan, but that doesn't count because that was like 3 fucking days ago. Before that, legitimately, I think mouthwashing. Did he finish mouthwashing?
Good for your health. Well, let's actually think about this. All right. Last week, one day I had fast food. That was the McDonald's Minecraft meals. Okay. So yes, one day last week I had fast food. Outside of that, I ate all healthy food that was home cooked all week. Okay. Sunday was the marathon. What did I eat? Oh, homemade turkey burger and some pasta salad that my wife made. Nothing bad there. Okay. I mean, arguably you can say, well, pasta's not good for you. I didn't even have that much. I had the turkey burger.
I thought he was going to say nothing special. I feel like he wanted to say nothing special about that.
Which was amazing. Yesterday, absolutely, the Taco Time fast food was not good for me. I agree there. But I had a healthy breakfast sandwich in the morning, egg whites and turkey sausage, and I had the Taco Time. And at night, I had a few pita chips with a little bit of hummus. That was all I ate yesterday. So even though I had the unhealthy...
Yeah, because you probably felt like you were going to fucking barf. Also, extra gout. I bet you fucking ate more than that.
meal, I didn't eat anything else too bad, so it ends up being all right.
If you're smart waking up with a badass hangover, bro, you better get yourself a garbage plate.
Now, admittedly, today, if we hit the goal and we do DSP tries at Little Caesars, that's 2 days of fast food in a row. You're right. But after that, for the rest of the week, I'm eating good. I think one day we're doing... I know at least 1 to 2 days we're eating turkey, whether it's like... I don't know. I'm trying to remember what we're doing.
Oh, God, who cares what you're doing? That'd be like me going down my menu for the week. Who fucking cares?
It balances out, you see.
It all balances out, you guys.
So, anyway, let's see what happens. All right. So let's get some support going today. So far, we got the 2 tips. Let's get some support rolling in. How about our
What do I think his breath smells like? Gin and rotting teeth.
first super chat of the day on YouTube? How about our...
What is with this guy in Turkey? Well, he's not supposed to be eating a lot of red meat because he's got the gout. So it defaults to turkey and chicken. So that's why there's a lot of turkey, because I'm positive he's fucking tired of chicken because he's not supposed to be eating the red meat, you know.
first membership of the day on YouTube? How about our first gifted sub over on Kick? Let's get some variety of support on today's stream. Apparently, my laptop has a Windows update, not my desktop. Doesn't even make sense. Why would my laptop have a Windows update and not my desktop? I'll probably just let the laptop auto update, honestly. Anyway, yeah, so let's get it going. And let's get some momentum going so that we can get towards
momentum
our goal.
again.
Today would be perfect, okay? Because my wife is working.
We know. That's why Jasper's in the room with you, so he doesn't eat the animals.
For her
We
to
know.
come home and not have to cook is great. So if we were going to do the DSP tries,
You know, you could go downstairs and make something.
today would be the ideal day for it. All right. I'm not saying that if we don't hit the goal, that it's not going to, I'm so upset because we didn't do it today. That's not the case. You know, we could do it at any point during this week. But being that we're doing a brand new game in South of Midnight, today would be the perfect day to hit that goal. And, you know, and fit in with the schedule and everything. So
Barely 200 people watching this fool on YouTube. 216K subs, by the way.
let's get some support, please. And
Yeah.
thank you to those who are thinking of supporting today.
Throw the rest of your checks at him
Fair.
if you got any
All right.
left.
So, you know the schedule for the week. We've talked about, you know, stuff going on, right? Shall we talk a little bit about news? This one truly, I think, is really stupid, to be frank with all of you. All right, but let's talk about it anyway. Here's our big news story for today, folks. Are you ready for this? The Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders have been delayed.
Yeah, we already know this. Nice job, Grandpa. Moving on. I'm sorry, I'm not watching this, you guys. I love you to death, but no, we're not watching this garbage.
Decisions of the United States in any way. You guys should not have to wait for your Switch 2 pre-orders. You should not be paying more for the Switch 2 because we're putting a tariff on it. That's just ass backwards. I completely disagree with this, and I do not agree with it. I think that's fucked up. You know, you guys have enough problems up there with all the shit you deal with constantly. I mean, you go outside, it's like a beaver chewing down your house and shit, right? You try to walk down the street, there's a
Wow.
bunch of hockey hooligans that are playing street hockey, and you just you get struck with hockey pucks right in the middle of your face.
What is wrong with
It's
you?
just terrible. I can't imagine living up there.
Wow, shots fired at Canada. I
Americans
guess.
shouldn't be paying for it either. Well, the whole idea long term is that these tariffs are
No,
prices. Why do you have to fucking wait to pre-order your?
no.
So this person is saying that I should spend my money on my wife and go on vacation rather than spending money on WWE.
Well, you should. You should take her on a vacation instead of spending on mobile games. So this should be juicy.
Oh, sorry. I had to put on my slow. Exactly. I had to put on my slow glasses. Like when you get a message like that, you have to put on glasses and squint really hard. And then maybe what you should do, you take your head and you like slam it against the wall 7-8 times. And then your brain's addled enough you can understand the message. What he meant to type was liquor. That I spend too much money on WWE and liquor. But he couldn't finish typing it because, you know, he's an exceptional individual. Got it. So again, I've explained to you guys that now the way that things are going, because you guys have been supporting me so much, okay, things are getting...
I can spend my money on whatever the fuck I want to. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. Blah, 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 blah.
better. We're now doing stuff that we've wanted to do, like, for example, around the house for a very long time. Like, we were able to finally clean out our garage. We were able to redo...
You said that the other day that there was nothing in your garage. What the fuck do you mean? Somebody was like, hey, go do something in the garage. And he was like, there's really nothing in there. So what do you mean clean out the garage? What was it, like an episode of Hoarders up in that piece? What? Yeah, that's really, you guys, I don't know about you, but I don't want to go on vacation. I want to go clean out my garage this weekend. I can't wait.
do several different things in the house, rooms and stuff. Not fully. Like, we still want to redo parts of the house fully and renovate them, but we can't afford that yet. Okay? But we're doing good stuff in the house. Now, would we like to go on a vacation eventually? Yes. Right now is just not the time. All right? Being honest. We would like to
Probably because you just blew $2,900 on WWE champions.
do it. We're talking about it. We're working on it, but it's not something we can do at this time. All right?
Oh, that toilet is still busted. The dishwasher don't work. All kinds of shit.
All right? Just being honest. So when these idiots say stuff like, oh, you spend all your money on liquor and WWE champions.
Well, and DoorDash. Don't forget DoorDash. There's that too.
Even, do you understand how much money I would have to be spending to spend all my money on that? I mean, are you stupid? I mean, yeah. If you actually believe...
You spend what you have as disposable income, which is a lot. Because you're spending what a lot of people make as a yearly salary. You're spending around $40,000 to $45,000 a year on WWE champions. So, yeah.
that, like, you just, you're out of your mind. Like, you're that stupid. Just dunce level. I would, you know, I would have to buy the whole fucking liquor store. What are you talking about? Here's the truth. As you know, I can't stop burping
I guarantee you this is not, in fact, going to be the truth.
right now. What the hell's going on? I'm sorry. As you know, all right, I do spend money on things. I spend money sometimes on a mobile game. I spend money on things for myself. I now have nice clothes that I wear every day, right? I have socks that I bought for my feet. Can you believe it? I wear socks.
Still wiggling his fucking feet on camera. Look at this shit.
And I have nice underwear now, right? I
Now? You wait till you're 43 to get nice underwear and socks?
revealed a couple weeks ago that I wear cologne, and people are like, you wear cologne in the house? Why? Well, let's see. Because cologne smells good.
Oh, God, we're not
Because
doing that.
I'm
We're
in a-
not doing this again.
Not once ever in the history of the game has it been $3,000. But this is the idiocy these people
Oh,
make
we're going to
up.
talk about WWE champions. Hold the
Do
phone,
I
hold the
spend
phone.
$3,000 in one weekend on WWE champions? No. There's not even, you couldn't even spend $3,000. Like, for example, once in my life spent $3,000 on WWE champions.
He's correct. It was 2,800 and change.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Do I spend money? Yes, I do. Do I spend $3,000 in one weekend on WWE champions?
Yes, I do. And you absolutely did. Well, let's be fair, 2,800 and change.
No.
Yes.
There's not even, you couldn't even spend $3,000. Like, for example.
Oh, you totally could. Let's not forget about those packs that are $110.09 from PayPal.
In that game, if you want to get a character, they have ways that if you spend certain amounts of money, you just get the character. Not once ever in the history of the game has it been $3,000. But this is the idiocy these people make up.
Nice deflect. It was only 2,800. Careful, sugar tits and cardigans. Thin ice. Optimus, thank you for the 5. My parents had 3 kids and still managed to take their kids on 2 10-day vacations a year, skiing and beach each year on teacher salaries. Because when you budget effectively, you can do nice things.
They'll say, people will believe, Hogan Lover actually believes that this last weekend, I spent $3,000 on a mobile game. Then I went to the liquor store and I spent like $1,000 on liquor.
Nobody said $1,000, but I guarantee you spent more than 40, which is what that moonshine cost you. Because you bought for your own personal stash. I know you want to tell us that you don't drink, but you do.
They actually believe that.
You're not a good liar, sir. Ooh, this is a great face. Great pause. This is you're not a good liar. Just move on. You've deflected. Now let it go. Because if you go any further, you're gonna look like you really, really care. Careful. You don't know what else to say. When you start doing the weird thing with the head, with the hands, you know, head and the hands, you don't know what to say. You don't know what to do. You're flummoxed. Just move on, sir. Move on, sir.
But again, these are from morons who they listen to the dumbest people. Why do you think someone wants you to think that I spent $3,000 on a mobile game this last weekend?
We really don't want to think it. I can't speak for any other detractor. I don't want to think it. I don't care. But like, why would TJ Gamebox lie? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Because you're dumb, you're gullible, and you believe it, and you give them views, and you give them money on their streams. They literally milk your stupidity, and then they're making money on you.
TJ Gamebox isn't making any money off of anybody. It literally, Peace isn't making any money off of his tips tracker. I mean, what are you talking about, dude?
How do you not understand this? I'm at such a loss that you guys are so fucking stupid to believe this dumb shit.
That's some really nice gaslighting.
Again, I'm not even lying to you. All right?
Which means I'm totally lying to you because that's a very weird thing to say. Common narcissism phrases here where they're prefacing it with, I swear to God, or I'm telling you this actually happened. Let me tell you the truth. Those are just weird things to say out loud. You would assume that people would just tell you the truth. You don't have to announce it. You would just say.
I do spend money on frivolous things. I absolutely do. Okay?
Right. You're just lying about how much you spend, which is really stupid.
But it's not out of control spending at all. It's all under control.
$3,000 in one go on WWE Champions seems quite excessive.
And fine. I'm not breaking the bank. I'm not going bankrupt a second time on this stuff. And there's literally no way you could spend $3,000 in WWE Champions in a weekend. There's nothing you could spend it on. You would get any new character, any new event, you would max the event and get the character long before you've spent $3,000. So you'd be actually spending money for nothing. You get nothing out of it. Why would you do that? There's not even a prospect of getting something by spending that much in the game.
Right.
You'd have
So ask yourself that question, sir. It seems pretty fruitless. Why would you do that? Well, he got called out, and the thing about it is it's true. So now he has to go into high gear of gaslighting people into it's not true. and trying to minimize the situation. It's not a big deal. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. And this is how you can tell that it is true, because he's now going to go on and on and on.
To be a moron to believe that. But again, these people are morons who believe it.
Cool.
They're that dumb.
Cool. I'm sorry. It's down to you and TJ Gamebox. One of these people has every reason to lie, and one of these people has nothing to gain by lying and is not a proven liar. Sorry, gotta side with TJ Gamebox on this one.
Here's the thing. Real gambling.
Let it go, sir. You're digging it deeper. You've grabbed a shovel. You're going.
You could spend that much. You can't, on a mobile game, they have guaranteed amounts that you spend where you get what you're going for anyway. They've built the game that way so that you don't continuously spend, that you hit that amount to spend and then you get the reward, as opposed to a gambler just keeps throwing money into a slot machine hoping that one of these pulls it's going to win, and you might never win. With mobile gaming, these games have built that you're going to get it anyway. Like, for example, what was a couple of years ago, there was the Street Fighter game, right? The Street Fighter game, what was it? Street Fighter Duel it was called or whatever. Same thing in that game. Once you spend a certain amount, they guarantee you the pull.
You seem to know an awful lot about this.
So you spend a certain amount, you're going to get the character you want anyway. So when these idiots say this dumb shit, it's because they don't even understand how the games work, because they want to spin it in a way that you think the most ludicrous, out there nonsense. That's just not true. But for God's sakes, believe it. Keep living your fantasy.
We do.
Your weirdo fantasy.
Whatever.
You think
yeah.
that it's like such an amazing thing that a YouTuber like Darkside Phil spends $3,000 on a mobile game. Literally not in the entirety of that fucking game did that ever happen. $3,000 in a weekend on an event. You're out of your mind.
Be careful, because you're going to slip up and admit that you're still down from the rafters. You are walking a tightrope, sir. Tap out.
You're insane.
I know. That's okay. You can keep gaslighting me. I'm not going to fall for the gaslighting.
It's called the pity system, I guess. But that's what they did. That's how they all have it. Like, all mobile games have that now. Maybe some console games don't. Like, you know how console games have Ultimate Team or whatever pulls? But in all these mobile games, they're all like that now.
But you don't play those anymore. Remember, recovering mobile game addict? You would. So how would you know these things?
Anyway, moving on from the...
Just like how the recovering alcoholic still drinks, the former gambling and mobile game addict still spends money on mobile games. Jerry, I appreciate the upgraded membership. For the unhinged membership, you do get the... if you go to the posts on my YouTube channel, the link is there if you want to join the quote unquote super secret Discord. And for everybody else who is an unhinged member, if you got like a gifted membership or something, the post is there for you too. You're free to come and hang out in the Discord.
$2 or $1.99 Hogan Lover Super Chat. How ludicrously stupid. Jalen with a $2 super chat says Canada's national animal is the beaver. Oh, that's right. I had already shouted that out. I didn't add it to the leaderboard, but I had already shouted that one out.
Nice job, Grandpa. You're flummoxed. Right? The super secret Discord that's not really a secret. Sir? Hello? Hello?
Hades 2 will be...
So Grandpa's officially out of things to talk about. So for the next 40 minutes, we will get basically this while he silently reads messages and picks and chooses what he reacts to.
Switch 2 console exclusive out.
Don't tell anyone about the Discord.
Launch? Oh, yeah. I mean, I already have it on PC. So to me, that's no big deal at all. We already did the 100 goal. 100 goal was yesterday. It was taco time. Get the Switch 2 Pro controller for $80, says Abdullah. Dude, the Switch don't...
You already know he's gonna buy all of that shit. Like, you already know it's gonna happen.
The whole Switch thing was such a ripoff. The Pro controller is it's an okay controller, but it's not... There's nothing in that controller worth $80. That controller's worth like $20. And they charge 80 because it's Nintendo and it's proprietary.
Bear with me, you guys. I want to grab a glass of water.
You know, what a rip. And the fact that D-pad doesn't work pissed me off so bad because you remember, right, that first year the Switch was out, they came out with Ultra Street Fighter 2, the Final Challengers, which is supposed to be like the final version ever of Super Turbo. And I was really excited for that. And then the fucking thing didn't work. The D-pad on the Pro Controller literally does not work. So that I paid all that money for it, and I really didn't use it for a long time. It wasn't until like Super Mario. Well, I played Super Mario Sunshine. No, Super Mario Odyssey on it, right? I played all the first-party 3D games on it, but I never got use out of it for 2D stuff because the D-pad's a piece of garbage. And think about that. The Switch has all these retro games where you need a good D-pad, and the D-pad on the Pro Controller is busted. What a bunch of dicks. RTU Brothers After Work Burrito did a $2 super chat. He says, try the new bacon crazy puffs. No, I've seen them. Do you know what those look like? Those look like, back in the day, okay, Pizza Hut did this pizza where they had these, you know how sometimes Pizza Hut does the bites crust where it's like a little like piece of dough with cheese in the middle and you dip it? So instead of doing it that way, they had a pizza where it was open, where it was supposed to be like a cup of cheese. And it was so disgusting because it would actually have congealed fat sitting on top of the cup of cheese. So when you went to eat it, you could see this translucent layer of like fucking fat. It was the nastiest thing ever. One of the grossest things I ever had on DSP Tries It. It was
I
absolutely.
come back and all I hear is the nastiest thing ever. I'm sorry. I try not to get up and leave ever when I'm streaming. It's so rude. I'm sorry.
Disgusting. That's what those bacon puff cup things look like to me. It reminds me of a cup of congealed fat. So there's no way, even if it tasted good, I would never enjoy that. I would actually be grossed out. So no, I'm not going to be trying those cups. Like I said, I'll try the pretzel crust. We'll do the Detroit style and we'll get some crazy bread. But I'm not going to be doing those puff
You ain't going to get shit at $14, sir.
cup disgusting bombs of disgusting fatty grease disgustingness. Did I mention that they're disgusting? Casper, you don't want those, do you? You want the bacon cup puff thing? No, he wants a chin rub. Here we go. What's up, Gabriel? How you doing, man? Let's see here. Luna the Moth King asks, or says I should check out Devil May Cry on Netflix. Oh. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Thanks for the suggestion. Lance Catamaran
Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Thanks for the suggestion. In other words, get fucked, nerd.
says, will you keep the moonshine for car fuel? Yeah, I'm not going to get rid of it. And definitely like the corn-based moonshine was not that bad. It was the blue flame that was absolutely revolting. So
Yeah, that's what got you all fuckered up and emotional, too.
I said, maybe what I'll do every once in a while, I'll take a shot of it if I want to get fucked up or something, right? Like maybe if there's a marathon, once during a marathon, I'll drink that blue flame. But I can't, dude, that thing is so disgusting. It killed my guts. It did. It was bad. Banana Jose says, are you aware R2 tips you money on different accounts, not the burrito one, but Elden Ring names? No. I don't even recall any Elden Ring names contributing. So I don't know what you're talking about. Let's see here. No, I'm not doing any DLC characters for MK1. I'm never going back to that game. It sucks. Danger Moo says, if you want a good D-pad on the Switch, you can do USB Retrobit controllers. And also, there is a wireless
I guess this is all we get now for the next, half hour or so.
on one Switch too, to be honest. Cares about that. But in reality, most game controllers today have 17, 18 buttons on them, and game developers use like 3.
He said he liked it when he took the shot 2 days ago. Now it's disgusting. Of course it is.
How many modern games, 17, like 7, 8 things will be mapped to the A button? Why? There's like so many buttons on this controller. Why are we ignoring half of them? Don's Doom says NVIDIA has a priority access program, but only 1% of the people who sign up can actually get the card. Jesse says, I know you stopped playing the game, but there's actually an accessibility update that dropped today for Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Blah, blah, blah.
Which is insane. Where on earth do you think there'd be value added $50 a month for no ads? That's just wild. But on YouTube, it's what, like $15 a month, no ads. You know, you can play everything in the background. You got your YouTube premium features like the music, and you can have stuff delivered. You can pre-download. There's more than that too, but that's the stuff that primarily I do. It's a good value. For if you use it all the time, then it's kind of a no-brainer. If you just casually use YouTube, then no. But if you're someone who uses YouTube all the time, I can't imagine using the site with ads. Like the ads are so intrusive.
We know, Grandpa. We know.
NJZ really likes the Lego build. Thank you, NJZ. I know it looks good in the background, right? It pops. Looks really good. Ugh. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. Maybe I should have another coffee. I wonder what happened. Maybe I should have another coffee.
Because you really can't stream for longer than an hour anymore without something taking the fucking wind out of your sails. I'm not sure what it is. Too much skip juice? I know, and I apologize.
Welcome back, Jake.
It's the thing about it is that I really do. It probably doesn't seem like it. I try very hard to make this guy entertaining. And when he sits here and doesn't do anything and doesn't say anything, there's nothing for me to riff off of. There's nothing for me to try to either critique or pick apart or just fucking make fun of him for. When he sits there for like 45 seconds and says nothing and then says, oh, there's a show on Netflix. Maybe I'll check it out. Maybe I won't. But thanks for your lame ass suggestion. It's like, what in the holy mother of fuck do you do with that?
Guys, I think I am going to make myself another coffee. Give me a minute.
He's going to take a fucking break.
I'm going to brew a second coffee, and I'll have it here for the end of the podcast, okay? I don't know why I feel so sleepy. It's probably because my wife went to work, and I got woken up early today.
That bitch. She woke you up early. She woke you up before that 10:30 that you usually get up.
So I'll be right back.
What an
I'm
absolute
gonna make a coffee
bitch.
and then we'll continue on for another half hour.
So he's just literally gonna get up and fuck off. We don't even get any funny clips or anything. I guess we can just straight up go fuck ourselves, can't we? Wow, rude. So that's fine. I have a clip from
what we just
Kino Casino that I wanted to get to that talks, we're shifting gears slightly. I want to talk about PWR because there was a face reveal and everything. This is not new. But he got some scholarship for some school or something. And so it's too good. We won't watch the whole thing, obviously, but just to give us a little something
that we're gonna watch, that we're
that's
gonna
not
read.
his fucking empty
hang
chair
Get
in
ready
his dirty
for
room.
This is the CBC article about this guy's life. Then we'll do the face reveal because he showed his face on stream tonight. So, okay. The news article is how going back to school helped an island man piece his life back together. And it says in quotes,
again, this is not about Phil. This is about PWR.
When it got to the high school level, as a lot of people do, I just got overwhelmed. No! He's dented. He's dented. In less than 5 weeks, the new school.
I should be honored to be threatened by such a legend. I know I'm a whore and he's going to knock me out and he's going to punch me in the face, but we have to hope that his mommy will give him $10 for gas money to come get me.
School year begins on Prince Edward Island. And after a difficult decade away from the classroom.
So he apparently dropped out of high school because it was too overwhelming for him.
A 26-year-old
this is real.
man is excited to be heading back. Yes, it's real.
What the
It's
actually real?
This guy is real. He's legitimately like disabled. Like it's a dead.
Okay, I'm actually losing my mind. Like this is breaking me.
Andy's brain's gonna explode.
Is this a comedic brilliant genius or actually a
No, it's real. It's real. I'm telling you, this guy is for real, dude.
Oh my god.
Okay. After dropping out of high school and enduring years of hardship, Alex CBC has agreed to not publish his last name, but they actually did publish his last name in
Hang
the
on.
in the URL for the.
Okay, I'm not going to dox him. So his name is Alex, but I will skip a little tiny bit to get past his last name because I don't think that's cool.
No, man, it's real. It's damn real.
Oh my God.
So he is now working at the Community Legal Information Association for the summer. So it's like a handout job. And he is set to begin the legal administration program at Holland College. Alex was recently named, get ready for this, the 2018 PEI recipient of the Council of the Federation Literacy Award. So he was actually considered illiterate, as in he couldn't read or write. And so in order to battle illiteracy, he received the literacy award so that he could go.
But this is... I'm actually like losing my... I don't know. It's like reality. This is a cbc.ca/news/Canada/President of Ireland/
It's
Holy,
real.
fucking
No,
real?
it's real. So although he was a little shocked to learn he had won, he said it's a great honor to receive the reward. But Alex's story begins, however, nearly 10 years ago. He struggled in the classroom throughout his young life, he said. And when he got to high school, he couldn't handle it. When he got to the
VLX, thanks for the 2, honey. Comedic savant, burger lord, cat, charity king. Hashtag
high
PWR.
school level, he just got overwhelmed. And he had a bit of a rough home life as well. So all of these combined elements were the catalyst for him to decide to leave school. He perceived himself as a self-made tragedy.
Okay, what the
Quote, I just kept to myself and really perceived myself as this self-made tragedy.
Oh, buddy. So then, at 17, he moved into a bachelor apartment and spent many years working for low wages, very low wages. Jumping from job to job, couldn't hold a job. After a while going through the motions, he shut himself in, not wanting to see or speak to anyone in his life. He goes, I missed a lot of milestones in my life. Not having those certain moments in your life, I think, can really bring your self-worth down. He just kept to himself and perceived himself as a self-made tragedy. That is, until a social worker met with him and set him on the right path. Step by step, he dug himself out of the hole he was in, starting school again and doing well in assignments and tests. It was a process, but slowly he completed his GED. He overcame his past and is now enrolled at a low-level community college this fall. He says it more or less goes from a situation where you're more or less like, how am I going to eat this week, to when's my student loan coming and what? That's not really that much better. So you were living off of debt. And by the way, like 7 years later, he's still wondering when his next meal is coming in. He still can't even afford Burger King. So let's have a look here at this guy. We have his picture. So for those of you who have been speculating.
So that was a little bit of an article. I guess he got like interviewed or had to be interviewed or something in order to receive this like scholarship or something for the college. It's just a little bit of lore. It's not like super interesting, but yep, got some award for college 7 years ago. And here we are 7 years later, and he had, you know, $40 in his account, gave 35 to DSP, and has $1 and is calling mommy, begging for mommy to bring him home Burger King.
Wondering, what does PWR look like? He kind of looks like Cog, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Look at him.
So it's pretty blurry, but this is PWR.
He kind of looks like Cog, buddy. Whoa, buddy. Then we have another picture of him.
Oh shit.
Look at him. That was him a couple days ago.
This camera, I don't know what's up with the webcam or whatever, but
Oh my God.
It's in his King Cobra JFS smeared
Look at this.
camera
There's
art.
no furniture, no table, no. It's just like an empty, like. Wait, this is real.
This is Darkside Phil's Strongest Soldier, and it's all real. All of you who are like, no, this is an obvious troll.
No, yeah, the few people
He's
are
Dark
like,
Long Tree.
I was.
Is Dr. Herbert West still skeptical about
no, the face and the voice do not match to me either. I found it very weird. So anyway, that was just a piece of a Kino clip that I wanted to show, just because there was a face reveal and it kind of talks about like some of the dented lore or whatever, but it also gave us some skip juice for this loser who's gone for 12 minutes to go get a cup of coffee.
Sky, like a night sky.
So him being completely inept at what he does,
alternating, and there's like little lights and stuff in it and stuff. So it's calm. It's a calm background today. Nothing too crazy. Oh, this is like an extra dark roast, like super dark roast. This coffee that I have here. All right. So what else is on everybody's mind? What else you guys want to chat about today? And that's it. I've had enough. We need to get a membership right now. Wait, there was a membership? There was. Who did a membership? I guess Jade did, because it says there's a new member.
Well, I guess the article said that they weren't going to give the last name, but then I guess PPP said in the link to the article, I guess it gives the first and last name. I skipped his last name, and I'm not going to, say it. I also didn't particularly say anything. Again, I know that PPP, I don't really think he said anything disparaging about the appearance. I just kind of wanted a face to put, it with the name. That was all.
I guess
I don't particularly care.
I guess Jade's membership actually counted as a new membership for the stream. Okay, and it's an ultra membership, so that's worth $15. Wow. Because he's the only one who did a membership, and it says there's a new member. All right, let's get Jade on the leaderboard. Thank you, Jade. So that counts. It's so rare when like a membership counts on YouTube, like a re-upping. Dark roast has less caffeine. I don't really care about the amount of caffeine. I feel like the bitterness will like blast me, awake. I don't know why I'm feeling sluggish today. Yeah, I got the game installed. We installed the game here on the podcast, so it's ready to go. Now, why is that? Usagi Jojo says, I have a hard pass on watching you play this game, but I hope you have a great time. Why? Why do you have a hard pass? Like, for me, I give any game a chance, especially if it's a Game Pass game. Like, why not at least give it a shot? I mean, sure, maybe I'll play it and not like it, but at least give it a chance.
I'll give any game a chance, except for games that I literally had to make you give me money to play, like Minecraft and Five Nights at Freddy's.
That's right.
and Stellar Blade. Wouldn't even do Stellar Blade.
Will people get a new crown in a few weeks? Yes, I believe it is May. I believe it is second week of May, that some of you on YouTube are going to get the Emerald Crown. You have never seen it before. Brand new. That emote was never even used over on Twitch. We never got to 5 years on Twitch. So this is actually a new thing. You're in your 5th year as a member on YouTube. You're going to get an Emerald Crown. Yeah, that's going to come soon. For some people, that's going to look awesome, actually. You guys over on Kick, you got a ways to go. I still got many years of streaming on Kick before you guys get the crazy good crown. Sorry, you got to wait. Sorry, guys. Unless you can fast forward time or something. What is next to the screen in the background? That is a Metroid Lego. That is the Metroid creature from the game Metroid in Lego form. And I bought that many, many years ago at a convention. Someone was selling like Lego builds of Nintendo stuff.
I still can't believe he didn't play Minecraft on his birthday. I'm sorry, play Minecraft on his birthday. Excuse me. The Legos. Well, he wasted 3 hours talking. He said he didn't want to even play a game until he got $1,000. Then he played Schedule 1 for like 90 minutes, but he sucked ass, and so then he went and got his food. Ate his food. That was when I tapped out. And then I guess he kept fucking up on the Lego thing. I guess he had to restart quite a few times. And then I guess that took 3 hours. He was only there. He started at like, I don't know what, he stayed till maybe 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, something. It was like 3 hours of talking and counting his money. A couple of hours for like, I streamed for 5 hours and it was talking, 90 minutes of gameplay. He took a break for a half an hour, so that was a thing. Then he was getting ready to eat his food. And then it was Legos. Then he cried. Then he got weird and emotional and he cried. And then he realized he wasn't going to get more than $2,000 and he ended, he kind of milked it for a little while longer and then kind of bailed out. So it was like 3 hours of talking, 3 hours of just like garbage and eating, and 3 hours of Lego. Like it was nothing. He did nothing. He didn't even get to Minecraft.
Luna the Moth King says, not a fan.
Because he got like weird and emotional and started crying and was talking about how he feels bad for lonely people who aren't married.
Coffee like a stereotypical
Because apparently if you're not married, you're completely lonely and your life is meaningless and you're unfulfilled.
I love tea. I mean, I like tea too. My mom absolutely loves different kinds of tea. So when I was growing up, I would have Earl Grey, orange Picoult, all different kinds of tea. So I like tea too. But now, as an adult, I enjoy coffee. I think number one, because I didn't really drink coffee when I was younger. So to have something different now that I'm older, it's kind of enjoyable. And the caffeine works. It does. It helps me. Jade says, day one, I love this game. I hope it's a good game. I hope it ends up being a fun game. I do. We'll find out. All right, come on. Let's get a sub on Kick. This is ridiculous. So far, we have super chats, tips, and even a membership from Jade. We have no subs on
Made $2,000 2 days ago.
Kick. We must get a sub on Kick right now.
I tapped out when this stream ended. Yeah, after 5 hours, and he had only played. I was getting as frustrated as I was when he played the FNAF game. The marathons are becoming less and less about the gaming.
Right now. Let's get to $50 of support by the time that this podcast ends, which is about another 20 minutes, all right? Let's hit 50. So or at least we're a third of the way there. Then when I start playing the game, hopefully we can hit that goal and we can do our DSP tries of Little Caesars today.
I don't even see Kucky Koala in the chat. Has anyone seen Kucky Koala?
All right. I see
Did Kucky Koala even give anything on the birthday?
many of you over there on Kick. Someone's going to get the sub. Let's see who it's going to be. Who's it going to be? Someone's going to do it.
That's so rude. There's a bunch of you sitting over there on Kick. Who's going to give me a sub?
I'm feeling it. It's coming.
Okay. I mean, eventually, someone will feel sorry for you.
I want to drink this, but it's hot. I'm going to burn my mouth, but I really want to drink it.
Guppy Koala. We should change his name to Guppy Koala. Dude just can't hang. Ain't that about a bitch?
Can I give you a hint for the next co-host of Smart Guys? It's going to be a wild show. Like, that's really all I want to say.
That's not really a hint. Yes or no in the chat. Do I stream Smart Guys on Thursday night? And I'll still do the daytime. Do I come back and do the night one and see who the host is? And then if it sucks and it's lame, we'll still hang out. We'll just watch something else.
Because if I say any more, it will spoil. I just know it's going to be a crazy show. That's all I really have to say.
So you're not intelligent enough to give a hint that won't completely give it away?
No, I
Deuce
did not know
Falco,
they
you
were
say no, don't stream it? Okay.
making a Ninja Turtles live action movie. I heard they were making a movie, but I didn't know it was live action.
Lego took 2 hours and 20 minutes. Oof. Rough. Absolutely rough. Optimus, thanks for the 2, honey. Stream playing schedule 1. I don't have it. I didn't get my computer set up over the weekend. Of all the shit I did do over the weekend, that unfortunately just went to the back burner. And I don't love that it did, but
It's going to be rated R.
the hair touching has absolutely gotten insane. We counted the one day. We didn't even count for very long. And we had like 40 or 50 fucking hair touches.
A rated R Ninja Turtles movie. Jasper just went behind the TV stand.
He doesn't know how many streamers go 2 hours with no subs and doesn't care. If he offered anything for getting a membership, maybe more people would get it.
And he just laid down against the wall where
I want it, but I don't want to put it on my laptop because I just pretty much use this laptop for like work and like streaming and stuff like that. I kind of want to, because I have my gaming PC. It's still down here to my left, right next to my foot, where I want to do all that stuff. But I haven't gotten there. I haven't gotten it set up. I'm an absolute just garbage person.
where one of the RGB strips is. I don't know why. There's nothing over there.
I'm behind on like a fuck ton of stuff. Still didn't get Assassin's Creed. Still didn't get Adam
already.
Fall.
He's trying to find a new spot. He doesn't know where he wants to go. He can't decide. He can't figure out a new spot to lay down. He was in the middle of the floor, but then he moved. He didn't like that. I have my new.
Phil is the only gaming streamer I know who even mentions subs and memberships. I mean, if people are in your chat and they're chatting, you know, when you're in the chat, you see the little dollar sign there where you can become a member or give a super chat. You don't, if he would focus more on being entertaining, that kind of stuff would just flow naturally. But he just has this mentality of you need to ask for it. You need to ask for it. You don't. You, in fact, actually don't.
Air purifier for the office is now in the corner of the office on the ottoman, right next to the TV. Sometimes she used to lay there, but not often. So I don't know if maybe this threw him off because the air purifier's over there. Maybe that's what it is. But he can't find a comfy spot today. He's like keeps going all around the office, but not staying still.
It's because he doesn't want to sit in there. He probably has to go shits. And he's not by his litter box. He probably wants the fuck out of there.
Luna 200 says, I saw the Minecraft movie last night. It's actually made by Warner Brothers, so it should eventually be on Max. Yeah. What did you think? What did you think of the Minecraft movie? Luna the Moth King just gifted a sub on Kick, our first gifted sub of the day. Thank you to Luna the Moth.
Like I say, when the computer's up and running and I can kind of like retire this, not old, but like well-worn, janky laptop that I've had for like 5 years, maybe longer. And I can get the beefy motherfucker down here set up, then I can do that.
King. Now we have some contributions of every type. Thank you for that. Let's get Luna the Moth King on the leaderboard. I appreciate that very much. We're now up to 34 bucks of support.
I honestly don't know if I would necessarily be good at Schedule 1. I'm certainly not it certainly has been well loved, but I'm not necessarily sure that I would be good at it because I watched Charlie play it a lot and, you know, I'm not I get spun around and confused. I don't have the ego problem of Phil. I'll be like, I'm a fucking idiot. I'm fucking lost. Yeah. Or I don't know what to do.
50 bucks by the end of the podcast, like I said. Then we only have 100 to get through on the actual gameplay portion of the stream and do the Little Caesars DSP Tries It 12 years later.
There we go. Luna the Moth King. Isn't that Princess Luna over there on fucking YouTube? Are they making Kick accounts just to gift him a sub over there?
You liked it? It was
okay. This guy's literally giving me a headache.
He said meow. He looked at me and he said meow. Oh, that's great when he talks to me like that. He talked right back to me.
Oh God, the cat meowed. Someone fucking mark it down on the calendar.
What are you doing over there, Jasper?
Oh God, I'm not saying the cat isn't cute, but
Shit
bro,
is what it is. Do a Bob Ross style painting? Yeah, I mean, I don't have any skill with art anymore. When I was young, I used to draw, but I can't draw nothing anymore. I can't. So
can't even English. I better get my shit together. I wouldn't put it past his dents to do that. Oh, I know. Go over there and make the account.
I don't think I'd ever be doing that. Plus, and the stuff that I do, it's not messy. Like, this is an office with all this equipment in it. I can't be doing stuff that's messy and shit.
DSP gives women the urge to wash their hair. Ain't nobody going
And,
after this
paints
fool.
and stuff. Like, I can't do that.
His attitude. I mean, forget the fact that, like, I couldn't even imagine this guy trying to be, like, suave or romantic or, tender towards anybody or anything like that. He's just gross.
Do I think the Shield will reform at WrestleMania with Dean Ambrose? No. He's still with AEW. How exactly would that happen? Isn't he still the AEW champion? I don't know because I haven't followed AEW, but isn't he still the AEW champion? Of course he's not. That's ridiculous.
Look at him checking himself out.
Anyone can paint. Bob Ross has said so himself. Well, that's true, but at the same time, Bob Ross never saw my oddly shaped head.
What in the fuck does that have to do? Bro, what? What does it have to do with anything?
If he took one look at me, he'd be like, oh, no, never mind. Never mind. Don't even try.
Dude, don't bring Bob Ross into this. Don't ruin Bob Ross.
Jasper.
Oh my God, leave the cat alone. He's probably trying to find somewhere to take a piss.
They were not good. Let's put it that way. They were not good. He was kind of like the great Khali before there was a great Khali.
Bob Ross. It's pretty good. He can't be romantic to anybody but himself. Honestly, every time he's told to go fuck himself, I bet he genuinely wishes
All right, guys.
he could.
Anything else? Seems like you guys have run out of topics. And sadly, it looks like we're not going to hit.
See, there it is right there. You guys have run out of topics. No, you need to be entertaining. Here's a wild thought. Other than what games should we play and give me my schedule and all that kind of stuff, you could ask them questions. What are your favorite games? What are you guys playing right now? What other YouTubers do you want to... Oh, I forgot we can't talk about other people. But what other stuff do you guys have going on? You would get responses from them if you would actually ask them things or read anything they say out loud. But of course, he doesn't read anything unless there's a fucking super chat attached to it. Not that I read every single message that I can or that I see out loud. That's all I would do. I wouldn't be able to do anything else.
The $50 before the end of the podcast, I really wanted to get the head start, but I don't know.
The only questions he ever fucking asks them is, what should we do for the next DSP tries it? Which he never agrees to unless he wants to do it in the first place. My girlfriend said she'd rather be with women or asexual than go with Phil. I'm inclined to agree. If this was my only choice, then, then I'm heading over to the other side and there's nothing wrong with that. Or I'm just going to die alone. Whichever one happens first. No, thank you. If this was the only one left, the fucking species would die out.
Yes, I played Warriors on PS2 for a stream or two back in the day. Jade says, I'm ready to see John Cena versus Cody. Yeah, I will say this. They're doing a very good job at building up the two main events of WrestleMania now. Like, I feel like the two main events are very high profile, interesting matches. I want to see them both. I didn't even feel that way just a few weeks ago.
I'd rather be celibate. I think that's probably the route that I would go to because I don't have romantic feelings for women. So I wouldn't want to fake something or lead somebody on because that's really fucked up. So I think I'd just stick to my, just being alone.
But just in these last few weeks, you know, the Cody Cena promos, and now what they're doing on SmackDown with Roman, Seth, and CM Punk, they got me sold. I'm very interested in both matches. So at the very least, those two matches should sell WrestleMania for
Absolutely
everybody.
not listening to wrestling. Oh, he's fucked off now again.
He's not listening. Now I'm going to have to go get the bottle, which I don't want to do. Not very big.
Oh, he's going to
He'll
spray
be
him
in
with
my
the water
corner.
bottle.
Who cares? It doesn't even matter if you win or lose that match. It doesn't lead to anything else. So I don't know.
He really wants that 150. Yeah, stalling. Totally. You nailed it right there. He is. He's got nothing else to say. Nobody wants to say anything to him. It's like, just go.
No, Jasper cannot claw stuff, but he could chew it. And he does have sharp teeth, and that's the thing. If he chews a wire, he could get hurt and the electronic can get damaged. So I got to make sure he doesn't chew wires.
Very simple solution to that. You put a little itty bitty, teeny tiny bit of dish soap and you run it on the wire. They take a bite. Bleh, they don't like it. Yucky. And they never do it again.
It's fine. Now he lay down in the middle of the floor, so should be okay.
Poor thing. Probably wants to get the fuck out of there.
See you later, Usagi Jojo. Yeah, we're probably going to end the show. Like I said, this is a very chill vibe show today. We didn't have too...
So chill that, you know, let's all get up, stand up, shake it off, do a stretch. Let's all check our pulse, make sure we're still fucking alive.
So just kind of laid back and relaxing here. And
big
just,
difference between relaxing and boring, sir.
Thanks to those who chilled for the show. We'll probably end it now. We'll probably jump into South of Midnight and see if it's any good.
Go fuck yourself,
Okay?
you old geezer.
All right. Does he ever catch stuff and bring it to me? Yes. Typically, it's his toys. You know, he doesn't have real live prey to catch, but he'll get it.
Really? No mice in that house? No roaches in that house? No nothing? X'd out.
A toy, like a little twisty thing he goes after, or a little like cushy looking ball thing that he bats around.
I'm sorry. What kind of a ball was that? I'm sorry. What?
Usagi Jojo. Yeah, we're probably going to end the show. Like I said, this is a very chill vibe show today. We didn't have too much to talk about.
So chill. I might have died. Right.
So just kind of laid back and relaxing here, and just, you know, enjoying each other's company. Thanks to those who chilled for the show. We'll probably end it now. We'll probably jump into South of Midnight and see if it's any good. Okay? All right. Does he ever catch stuff and bring it to me? Yes. Typically, it's his toys. You know, he doesn't have real live prey to catch, but he'll get a toy, like a little twisty thing he goes after, or a little like cushy looking ball thing that he bats around.
Cushy. I just wanted to make sure that I heard that correctly. It was close, but not quite. Okay. I didn't realize when I had my cats that a couple of bats had actually gotten into my attic, and one got, like, I don't know how, but like down through my chimney. I had to have someone like come out and like look at my chimney and everything. One got down through and then like into my house. My cat, bless her heart, caught a fucking bat. I thought he said something different that wasn't koosh, but
He'll put it in his mouth and he'll bring it up because he wants me to take it and either...
That's what I was thinking, David. That's where I was going. I'm like, I'm sorry, he's got a what ball? You're gonna have to run that past me again.
Acknowledge that he got it, or throw it and he goes after it again, like playing fetch almost. Cents. There you go. It's $4.76 it claims. Okay.
Yep, she caught the motherfucking bat and then she brought it to me and I'm like, what in the fuck? God, she caught everything.
Thank you, it's your boy Jesus.
Every spider, every like fucking, short of like a bee, because when a like wasp or something would get in the house, I would like, I didn't want her to go near that. I didn't really want her to eat weird things like that. I didn't know if she'd get sick or anything, but little Hunter, and you couldn't stop her.
So far today up to $38.
She was a tuxedo cat. Those tuxedo cats have a personality, boy. Never had a cat so tenacious in my life.
All right, guys. think it's time to end the show. Tomorrow will be interesting because tomorrow we'll be talking about how exactly the show went, or the game went, of South of Midnight. And I'll do some Pirate Yakuza chill.
Right? That was a gift, you bastard. That was a gift for the family.
Fun tonight on the late stream as well.
I did not appreciate that at all.
And any other game news and stuff that pops up. All right, so thank you guys. Appreciate you. Thank you for watching and chilling with me on the Level 1 podcast today. Nice and relaxing. And tomorrow we do it all again. Getting back into line and getting back into normalcy around here. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, the birthday was only 2 fucking days ago, but we're just now going to get into some normalcy. Okay, Grandpa, whatever you say. Geez, you're taking longer and longer to recover from these things. That ought to tell you something, but I don't know. Well, I thank you guys for coming and hanging out with me. It was quite the whimper and just absolute snooze fest that I thought it would be. I will not watch him ruin a brand new game, but we can. The only video I didn't get to was him eating the taco time from yesterday, and mine was a good fetcher too. It didn't matter if you throw like a little like paper ball or like an actual little like ball with a bell in it that she used to, like it didn't matter what you would throw, she would actually bring it back to you. But yeah, she was good for that. But we will do this again tomorrow. We'll see what's going on with the guy. Like I say, I appreciate you coming and hanging out with me. And like, I don't know. Yeah, tomorrow. I'm sure it'll be a whimper. Hopefully no more fucking Switch news. Like, I can't handle any more, like, stuff about the Switch. And he has nothing else to talk about. I do invite you to sub to the channel. If you don't want to, totally fine. I'm not your mom. I can't tell you what to do. But I hope to see you next time. Big ups, everybody.